SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
Down at about 6. Here comes the record.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
Left the stadium. Fourth down and about 6. Here comes the pressure. Van Syok eludes it, steps and throws, and completes it to Clayton Stein, and Clayton Stein's going to take it in for the touchdown.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. 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 SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
SE Sportsnet, the exclusive home for Greyhound sports.
Ball at the 1.5-yard line after the offsides penalty against the Crusaders, and the Hounds are going for it. Kinner and Hauser in the eye. Van Syok under center. With the takeaway, Cameron Tinner puts his head down, he's in! Oh my gosh! And the Hounds lead it! 29-28! Holy mackerel!
17 seconds left. Unbelievable!
SE Sportsnet is proud to bring you Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, Shippensburg visits Bishop McDevitt in the first round of the District 3 playoffs. Shippensburg Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet is presented by the Kramer Insurance Agency and brought to you by New Life Painting, Kathy's Deli, Premier Events, The News Chronicle, Rita's of Shippensburg, Chamberlain's Pest Control, Newt's Pub and Grill, Fogelsanger Bricker Funeral Home, and McCune Lumber. Now it's time for the Greyhound Countdown to Kickoff. Live from Bishop McDevitt, here's Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, and J.D. Davidson.
The Friday night lights are on at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium. Tonight, it's the quarterfinal game of the PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships. Shippensburg plays Bishop McDevitt. Hi, everybody, and welcome into SE Sportsnet coverage on a frigid Friday night. Great to have you along with Rob Ebersole and J.D. Davidson. And memories are flying all around the stadium in this last week about what a tremendous ball game Shippensburg had against this team last year in the second round of the playoffs.
Unbelievable to score the 2 touchdowns in the last minute and a half of the game, and then the 2-point conversion you just heard to start the game. We just finished off a crazy comeback and propelled the Greyhounds into the district finals next week against Berks Catholic. So tonight they play a really good team. Is Bishop McDevitt coming in as the number 2 seed, and of course Shippensburg the number 7 seed. Shippensburg struggled down the couple last games trying to score points. He did score 27 against Big Spring to win the game to clinch a playoff spot, but they the last 2 weeks before that they had trouble scoring against West Perry and Northern.
Yes, that's kind of been the year for Shippensburg. It was a year of great expectations coming into the season, and it's just been a very difficult offensive year. Yeah,
and you said we're talking to the guys that are doing the McDevitt call on radio before the game, and you know the offensive line has struggled a lot this year, unable to give Carter Van Syok the protection he needed. Carter's done a good job avoiding the pressure and going outside and either running or try to find an open receiver. But that's been a struggle. Adam Hauser with the ankle at the beginning part of the year really didn't get untracked until the last couple games, and he had a really good game last week against Big Spring. But he's going to have a great game tonight for Shippensburg to have a chance at all.
Yeah, and we've talked about the Jekyll and Hyde offense all season long. It's been a young offensive line, not a real big offensive line that made the running game very, very difficult. And the fact that we turned over some just absolutely outstanding receivers that graduated last year. Carter Van Syok has had a stellar year as a mature senior quarterback for Shippensburg. Just didn't come together for the squad.
No, it hasn't. Carter has thrown for almost 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns. He's completed 50% of his passes. But as I just mentioned, under duress, a lot of times forced to do some things that instead of being able to sit in that pocket and wait for an open receiver to come out.
Well, a few Shippensburg fans have made it down 81 and are filling in the stands to the far side of the field here tonight. It is a chilly night. Temperature down around 30 degrees. The wind blowing down from right to left across Ortenzio Stadium here at Bishop McDevitt High School. Great night for a football game.
And it's a balmy about 66 up here in the press box, in case somebody wants to know.
We've got some wonderful facilities. More on tonight's ball game coming your way. Our countdown to kickoff for this championship game is sponsored by Newt's Pub and Grill of Shippensburg. Before or after the game or any time that you're looking for great food and a great time, make Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street, Shippensburg, your stop. Enjoyable for lunch and dinner with a delicious new menu that includes many of Newt's favorites and new appetizers, sandwiches, and entrees. Great burgers, world-famous rings, and delightful crab cakes. You'll enjoy every moment of your dining experience at Newt's Pub and Grill. Experience Shippensburg Sports Pub and Grill. Give Newt's a try when you want great food at reasonable prices and wonderful attentive service. Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street in Shippensburg. SC Sportsnet coverage live from Harrisburg tonight. Rocco Ortenzio Stadium as the Shippensburg Greyhounds and the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders both take the field here. And we look at this Bishop McDevitt squad, Rob, and they bring a lot to the table here tonight.
And back to the facilities a moment. This is an unbelievable press box, and it's a nice stadium, artificial turf the kids will be playing on tonight, and it is a really, really nice facility. And Bishop McDevitt, a great regular season, 8-2 overall, 6-0 in the Keystone Division. They won the Keystone Division with that undefeated record. And their only two losses were against a couple of good teams, and that would be Cumberland Valley and Harrisburg. And Harrisburg is like a college team this year that could probably beat some teams in Division III.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Crusaders won 6 in a row to end the season, and they've got some wonderful offensive weapons.
Yeah, we're going to be calling Chase Deal's name a lot, I think, tonight. The junior quarterback, listen to these statistics, 123 completions, 168 attempts, 2,155 yards. That's 17 and a half yards per throw, 23 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. So that's pretty good numbers for the junior quarterback.
Yeah, they throw the ball well, but they can also run the football too.
Yeah, we're going to call Khalik Davis's name a lot. He has really just started to run the ball more at the end of the year. His last 2 games, he has rushed for 166 and 200 yards. So there's a kid that is only 5'10", 175, but he's a good runner.
So look at the game. There has to be a little bit of a revenge factor that plays into this tonight, but everybody's even starting the quarterfinals here in the District 3 playoffs for Quad A. So you want to win here tonight.
Sure, there's no doubt about it. Jeff Wechter, the longtime head coach for Bishop McDevitt, he's been talking to his kids all week about what happened last year. But you're right. Shippensburg, they think they can win this game. They're going to come out and do their very best. And, hey, last year we were probably talking the same thing, saying, hey, we don't think Shippensburg has much of a chance against McDevitt last year. And look what happened, so you never know.
Well, I think Shippensburg gets a chance to score early. They put the Crusaders in a position they've not been all year, and that could put them in a very interesting spot.
I think so. And my big key is the secondary for Shippensburg. I really think they're going to have to step up and play a really good game to contain Chase Deal and his talented wide receivers.
More coming up on our countdown to kickoff from Rocco Ortenzio Stadium after this from Newt's Pub and Grill. So before or after the game or any time you're looking for great food and a good time, make Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street, Shippensburg your stop. Enjoyable for lunch and dinner with a delicious new menu that includes many of Newt's favorites and new appetizers, sandwiches, and entrees. Great burgers, world-famous rings, and delightful crab cakes. You'll enjoy every moment of your dining experience at Newt's Pub and Grill. Experience Shippensburg Sports Pub and Grill. Give Newt's a try when you want great food at reasonable prices and wonderful attentive service. Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street in Shippensburg.
Bring in J.D. Davidson for his comments, pregame comments. J.D.?
Well, I think the weather is going to be a big factor here tonight, Rob. This is the first cold weather game in the last 2 seasons either one of these teams have played in. So taking care of the football is going to be a big key tonight. Whichever team takes care of the football better will have a more likely chance of winning the football game tonight. So, the first cold weather game of the year, usually have 1 or 2 by now. But, like I said, we haven't had any for 2 years, and it could be a big key tonight.
Very good point. What else you got in your mind?
Well, Shippensburg, they haven't scored a whole lot this year. They've scored an average of 21 points on the year. They've given up 21 points on the year. If the game's close, Shippensburg has a chance, but if McDevitt gets on a run in the first half and gets out, maybe to a 21-0 lead or 21-7 lead, it could be a long night for the Greyhounds.
Thank you, JD. We'll be right back.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Before or after the game or anytime you're looking for great food and a great time, make Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street, Shippensburg your stop. Enjoyable for lunch and dinner with a delicious new menu that includes many of Newt's favorites, including new appetizers, sandwiches, and entrees, great burgers, world-famous wings, and delightful crab cakes. You will enjoy every moment of your dining experience at Newt's Pub and Grill. Experience Shippensburg's Sports Pub and Grill. Give Newt's a try when you want great food at reasonable prices and wonderful attentive service. Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street in Shippensburg.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Tonight's countdown to kickoff has been brought to you by Newt's Pub and Grill of Shippensburg.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
It's kickoff time for Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet. Now, let's go live to the broadcast booth. Here's Scott Smith and Rob Ebersole.
Shippensburg Greyhound football on SC Sportsnet. Tonight, quarterfinal action of the M&T Bank District 3 Football Championships as the Hounds take on the Crusaders of Bishop McDevitt. Glad to have you along on this Friday night. Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, and J.D. Davidson on SC Sportsnet. The Greyhounds have won the toss. They're going to defend the goal to our left. The wind will be in their face to start this ball game, partner.
Well, I think I like this. Get the offense out first and get some of them jitters out of the way and see if they can mount a drive to start this game.
So going back deep for Shippensburg will be Alex Sherrow, along with Shippensburg's Christian Melendez. They're going to stand at about the 13-yard line for Shippensburg. Teeing up the football will be John Fonner for the Crusaders. So we're glad to have you along on this Friday night. Exciting quarterfinal action. Everybody's starting a brand new football season.
That's right. Fun times.
We wait the referee's whistle to get this one underway. Fonner approaches the football, and he boots a high end-over-end kick. Sherrow's going to take it out at the 16-yard line, goes to the far side of the field, has blockers out in front, 25-30, and dives down to the 34-yard line. Stopped by James Lawson for the Crusaders, and a nice return by Sherrow, and the Hounds are in business, starting this contest at their own 34.
Yeah, he did a nice job going to the outside and wait for his blockers in front of him, and good start for the Greyhounds.
So here comes Carter Van Syok, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 191-pounder, who has had just a tremendous season. The Hounds will be moving left to right. They'll send a double slot to the near side with running room to that side of the formation. In the backfield for Shippensburg will be Philip Torres as he goes from the single set shotgun formation, and they're switching footballs around, and that's why we haven't started play here. Football crews that have not worked together, officiating crew that's not worked together, a little disjointed to get things started. Here go the Hounds now, 1st and 10 from the 34. Van Syok straight back to pass. He eludes some pressure and looks over the middle and overthrows Kane Freidinger out at about the 45-yard line and incomplete. Kalik Davis on the coverage, but that pass was well overthrown, but well thrown into the wind, so it's 2nd down and 10.
I like the call on 1st down. Get that arm unwound and see if you can find an open receiver downfield. I like it.
Nothing wrong with the second play from scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Hounds have yet to break the huddle. They better hurry it up here. Now they finally break the huddle.
You know, the McDevitt defense is going to be keen on Adam Hauser all night long.
Again, running room to the near side, 2nd down and 10. Carter under center, hands it off to Torres, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage by Dre Donnelly for no gain. In fact, he maybe will lose a yard on the play. 3rd down and 1 after the loss of a yard.
Well, Philip Torres has had a great senior season for Shippensburg, the leading rusher, over 600 yards rushing, but couldn't get anything moving there on that run.
One of the Achilles heels for the Hounds being unable to convert consistently on 3rd down and long, faced with 3rd down and 11. From the gun, Van Syok back to pass, looks over the middle, has Gustafson at the 45-yard line, but it's overthrown and incomplete. Aaron Gathers on the tackle, so it'll be 3 and out for the Hounds.
Well, and Gustafson was being covered pretty good by Gathers, but a better pass, and I think he had a chance to catch that.
Eddie Ocker in the punt to Teninis Becker. Becker stands at about his 35-yard line. Nice snap from center, no pressure. And it's a kick that goes off the side of the punter's foot. It's going to be down in Shippensburg territory at the 47-yard line.
Nettie Hawker's done a really good job punting here the last couple games for Coach Faust. He didn't play for a couple games, but that one was just a bad punt. And it's one thing you didn't want to do is give McDevitt really good field position to start their first drive.
So McDevitt on the near sidelines, ready to break out of the field for their first offensive set, with great field position at the Shippensburg 47. Led by junior quarterback Chase Deal, who's had just a phenomenal season, thrown for 2,155 yards, 23 touchdowns. Deal hands the football off to, it looks like, Davis. And Davis is tackled after a gain of 1 by James Monahan for Shippensburg. And Monahan's had a great season for the Hounds. So Davis gets just a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as they try something right up the middle.
Yeah, and that's a good call there, Scott. And Monahan has had a really great 2017 campaign.
Deal comes to the near sideline to get the play and now goes into the huddle. He sends Burnett wide to the far side. Becker is to the near side. Davis in the backfield. And back to pass is Deal. He looks right, now looks left, chases away for some pressure. Here comes some more Shippensburg pressure, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the midfield stripe. Led in there by Colby Tracy for Shippensburg. Great pressure by the Shippensburg defense. As Deal looked to the right side, couldn't find anybody open, then came back to the near side, and then came the Shippensburg pressure.
Yeah, and obviously you got to give the credit to the secondary, too, His Deal just could not find anybody open, and the Shippensburg defense up front made sure he couldn't get away.
Loss of 4 on the play, 3rd down and 13 for the Crusaders with the double slot to the far side, and now they're going to call a timeout. 9:35 left to go, faced with a 3rd down and 13, and we'll step away for these messages. Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover the local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com. The Shippensburg News Chronicle. So Bishop McDevitt faced with a 3rd down and 13, call a timeout. Ball right at midfield. 3 wide outs to the far side. Deal back to pass. Plenty of time. Looking. Pumps one, throws over the middle, and it's in and out of Taninis Becker's hands at the Shippensburg 40-yard line. He threw that ball behind Becker, and it'll be 4th down, and the Crusaders will punt it away.
Yeah, not a good pass at all by Deal, as he had his wide receiver open, but as Scott mentioned, thrown behind him. So a good 3 and out for the Shippensburg defense.
Burnett in to punt it away to Hauser, who stands at about his 15-yard line, and the ball gets away from Burnett, who has to chase it down. Now he gets it away and boots it. Hauser calls for a fair catch back at the 16-yard line, and that was just about disaster for the Crusaders.
But how about the punt by Burnett once he got the ball back? That was a heck of a punt. Shippensburg going to start their second possession inside their own 20.
Down at the 16-yard line. First possession of the game with 3 and out for the Hounds as they break the huddle. They have running room to the near side of the formation. They send a 4 wide receiver set. Van Syhawk will work from the gun. 1st and 10 from the 16 with Hauser in motion. He puts the ball into Hauser's hands, and Hauser cuts in off of right tackle and gets out to about the 18-yard line, where he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. McDevitt's Dre Donnelly on the tackle. Ball 20 yards in from the near sideline. 8:58 left to go first quarter. Each team has touched the ball once. The Hounds with their second possession of this quarter. Freidinger comes to the near side. Gustafson to the far side. Single set from the gun for Carter Van Syok, and 2nd and 8. Then they hand off inside to Philip Torres, who dives out to the 20-yard line. Stop made in there by Justin Piper. Another couple yards on the carry. 3rd down and 6 now for Shippensburg.
Well, that's the second time they've run that play to Philip Torres, and both times the McDevitt defense has been ready for it.
So Hounds faced with another 3rd and long situation here. Could not convert the first time when they faced with 3rd down and 11. Hauser comes to the near side, and they set a trio to the far side with Torres in the backfield and Carter Van Syl from the gun one more time. 3rd down and 6. Back to pass, looks over to the far sideline, and it's complete to Freidinger across the 30, 40, down the far sidelines and pushed out of bounds. No, he's still on his feet. No, they say he stepped out of bounds at the Crusader 49-yard line. Nice toss by Carter Van Syl to Kane Freidinger, who got loose up the far sideline, moves the chains for Shippensburg into Crusader territory. James Lawson finally forced him out of bounds.
Well, and I was going to mention something before the play, Scott. We have to worry about that field position, and that was a great throw, and we're in business.
Freidinger to the near. Gustafson to the far, running room to the near side with a double wing formation for the Hounds. Hauser in motion off the wing, turns it up the near sideline, gets some blockers across the 45, still on his feet, 40, and pulled down from behind, but that's going to move the chains one more time for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. 1st and 10 for the Hounds at the 47-yard line. Aaron Gathers on the tackle, and the Hounds on the move. This drive starting at their 16. They've got it down to the 37 of Bishop McDevitt. Gustafson goes wide to the far side. Freidinger to the near side. Double wing formation once again for the Hounds. This time Connor goes in motion, and he gets the handoff and gets some blockers out in front. Turns the corner up the edge. Breaks a tackle at the 20. And he's down for a 1st down at the Crusader 20-yard line. Aaron Gathers again on the tackle, but moved the chains one more time for Shippensburg.
And Eddie Ocker has only run the ball. I'm trying to find it real quick. He's only run the ball 6 times for 12 yards in the first 10 games, and what a run in Shippensburg's 1st and 10 at McDevitt 20.
Now he had a couple of nice blockers out in front up that far side, Rob, and allowed him to turn up that edge and make that 1st down for the Greyhounds. Freidinger to the near, Gustafson to the far. Again, double wing formation as Carter Van Syl has a single set from the gun. Hauser in motion. They fake to him. He wants to throw across the middle, looking into the end zone, and it's incomplete as Freidinger, along with Aaron Gathers, were fighting for the football at the goal line, but it was just slightly overthrown and incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, definitely some contact between Gathers and Freidinger, but no penalty flag thrown, so just an incomplete pass.
Ball at the 20-yard line, 20 yards in for the near side as the Hounds move left to right here at Hortensio Stadium. First quarter of play in these District 3 football playoffs. Hauser in motion, gets the call, looks for blockers out front, turns up the near side, fights off one blocker, down inside the 20, and down close to the 16-yard line goes Hauser. Cordell Cash pulls him down, but that's a 4-yard carry, and that was a tough 4 yards for Adam Hauser, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, James Lawson was in on a play, too, for McDevitt, but Hauser was able to get past Lawson, but Lawson did slow him down a little bit.
The Shippensburg drive started at their 16. They've taken the ball down to the Crusader 16-yard line. 6:13 left to go first quarter. Hounds break the huddle. Looks like a little confusion maybe coming out of the huddle. And we've got a timeout, and Shippensburg's going to call timeout. 6 minutes left to go first quarter, no score.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Nice pass play for Shippensburg from Van Syl to Freidinger, and a couple of nice runs by Hauser and Connor have put Shippensburg in a 3rd and 6 situation coming out of this timeout at the Crusader 16-yard line.
Had to burn the timeout early here, though.
Running room to the far side of the formation. Van Syk will be under center with Hauser and Torres in the backfield this time. Fakes a handoff to Torres, tosses the ball up the far sideline to Hauser. Looking for a little halfback throw at about the 15-yard line, but it was thrown a little wide and incomplete. Gathers on the coverage, and it will be 4th down for Shippensburg.
Yeah, Carter had some time. I think he just hurried that throw a little bit, Scott, and if he'd have taken his time a little bit, maybe a little better throwing, and I believe Hauser would have had a chance for the
Sterling Shetter in to attempt a 32-yard field goal as he places the tee down at the hash mark on the near side. Not had many opportunities to do that this year, Rob.
None.
Ball is down, and the kick is blocked at the line of scrimmage and right back into the arms of Shetter, and Shetter is going to be tackled back at the 25-yard line.
It's very interesting to me, Scott, that they did not try a field goal all year to my recollection, and they decide to do that. And 32 yards is not that long, but the first attempt is in the first round of the playoffs. I find that a little odd.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that you just don't try another play there. You're not going to have that much to lose when the ball's down at the 16-yard line.
No, and again, we're talking field position. And, still it's not bad, McDevitt, where they're starting from, but hey, we could have, gotten another first down. You'd never know what would have happened.
That's exactly right. So it's 1st and 10 as the ball was down at the 24-yard line of the Crusaders. Chase Steele from the gun. Fakes a hands him up. They've got a fumble in the backfield, picked up by, I believe that was Ray's Diggs who picked that up, but the loss is back to the 21, so they're going to lose 3. James Monahan making the tackle. And right now, the Crusader offense is having a tough time getting started.
They sure are. They're just really out of sync,
Becker comes wide to the near side as the Crusaders move right to left. From the gun, Chase Deal wants to pass, looks, pumps, and completes it up the far sideline. And that's a complete pass to Burnett, who's going to move the chains and go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Nice conversion by Chase Deal to Burnett for the first down. Adam Hauser on the coverage, but it's 1st and 10 Crusaders at their own 36.
Well, Deal had some time that possession, and you can see why we were touting him as a good quarterback. He has quite an arm and threw that ball right in the money to the wide receiver.
Running room to the near side. Handoff goes this time to, I believe that's Davis. We got a fumble, and who's got the ball out at the 45? Shippensburg recovers the fumble. Shippensburg recovers the fumble at the 45-yard line of Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, I believe that was Khalik Davis, and I'm not sure who knocked it out or who recovered it, but boy, Shippensburg back in business inside McDevitt territory.
Big opportunity here as the Crusaders turn the ball over.
Colby Tracy recovered the fumble, and Gabriel Long is the person that knocked the ball out. Thanks, JD.
Here come the Hounds moving left to right. Freidinger to the near side. Gustafson to the far side. Fake to Hauser. And the hands off to Philip Torres, who gets the ball out to the 35-yard line. Great power running by Philip Torres straight ahead, and that will move the chains on a 10-yard pickup. 1st and 10, Shippensburg at the Crusader 35. Carter Christopher on the stop.
Well, the first 2 times they ran that play, Scott, it didn't go anywhere, but that time a nice 10-yard run for Philip Torres.
No score in the ball game. Shippensburg has the football at the Crusader 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Double wing formation again. Hauser in motion. He gets the handoff, turns up the near edge, and is tripped up after he gets to about the 34-yard line by James Lawson for the Crusaders. Nice ankle tackle by Lawson after a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that was a nice open field tackle by Lawson. Tripped up Adam Hauser before he could get to the outside.
Ball 20 yards in from the near sideline. Gustafson goes to the far. Kane Freidinger to the near. Again, the wings are Connor and Hauser. Carter Van Syk from the gun. Torres to the far side. Connor in motion. He gets the call this time with blockers out in front. Now turns up the field and is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Check that. That was Eddie Ocker on the carry. And he's going to lose 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, the 35. Carter Christopher on the tackle. That time, great job by the linebacking core for the Crusaders to shut that run down. Clock turning, 3:20 left to go here in the quarter. Both of these teams have been sparring back and forth in a real good first quarter of play. 3rd down and 10 for Shippensburg. 3 wide receivers to the near side, and we've got some movement. And there's going to be illegal procedure against Shippensburg as Hauser went to set, then stood up, and then went to set again, and that's going to cost Shippensburg 5.
Yeah, just a little too anxious was Adam Hauser.
Ball was marked back just shy of the 40-yard line of Bishop McDevitt. They send 3 wide receivers to the near side on this 3rd down and 15 call. Let's see if we find something over the middle for Van Syok. Back to pass, looks to the far sideline. He's looking for Gustafson on the far sideline, but really nice coverage as Gustafson had to backpedal to get any way to get to that football and could not get to it. So it'll be 4th down and 15 for Shippensburg.
That was nice coverage. That was Julian Jordan on the coverage. That was a nice play by the defensive back.
Eddie Ocker into punt. He fumbles the football, now gets it away, and it turns over for him, hits at the 20-yard line. It's going to roll down to the 15, down inside the 14-yard line where the Greyhounds will down it. And Bishop McDevitt will go to work. Deepest starting point for them here in this first quarter. 2:35 left to go. In what's been an interesting first quarter, the Hounds have really kind of dominated here, Rob.
They sure have, and you'd have told me this is the way this game was going to start, I wouldn't have believed you, but they've really taken control of the game. Field position, yeah.
Both sides of the ball, and field position now is in their favor.
Yep.
So here come the Crusaders. Chase Steele wants to throw. Looks up the far sidelines. Got a receiver there, and it's caught by Bennett. Burnett is going to go in for the touchdown. He went right over the Shippensburg defender at midfield and scampers in for the touchdown. 86-yard touchdown pass. Alex Sherrill was on the coverage, and Burnett went straight up in the air over Sherrill at midfield, and then it was a race to the end zone for the 6 points.
Well, Burnett is 6'2", and Sherrill is 5'5", so that doesn't bode very well, and it was a nice pass, and again, that's why Deal is getting all the accolades he's getting.
Fonner in to attempt the point after. Kick is up. Kick is good. 2:24 left to go here in the first quarter. The Crusaders strike first. They lead it 7-0.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious desserts specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street, Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
86-yard scoring pass for Bishop McDevitt. What a throw. What a catch. And they lead it 7-0.
Well, we just talked about the field position, and it didn't really matter there. But, yeah, that was just quite the throw. And that's one thing that we talked about before the game, Scott, is that's something we're going to have to, I think, worry about all night long is the secondary for Shippensburg.
Sherrill and Melendez await the Fonner kick. Ball blows off the tee. But that was just a huge play for the Crusaders because nothing had been going their way up until that point. Cheryl Melendez waiting at the 10-yard line, and the ball once again blows off the tee. And Fonner is going to get somebody to hold it for him.
Aaron Geathers. Well, Shippensburg's going to have to rebound here quickly, get their heads up, and see what they can do.
End over end kick. Melendez will take it at the 9, out across the 10, 15, 20. Looks for blockers, twists and turns across the 25 and goes down just at the 30-yard line. Nice return by Melendez. And the Hounds will go to work 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, now trailing 7-0. David Gebhard on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a nice return for Shippensburg in decent field position.
Hounds break the huddle with running room to the near side, moving left to right. Freininger comes to that side, Gustafson to the far. Once again, the senior quarterback from the gun. Double wing formation for the Hounds. Hauser in motion, they fake to him, and Van Sock wants to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by Aaron Geathers at the Crusader 43-yard line. That pass intended for Kane Freininger, and Freininger is really got the wind knocked out of him as they fought for the football, and that was anybody's football, but Geathers came down with the INT.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad throw by Carter, but you just got to give the defense credit, and McDevitt has the ball back in a hurry.
Yeah, that they do. So they're at the near sideline getting the play from their offensive coach, and they break the huddle and head to the field.
I like it though, Scott. I mean, first down. I mean, obviously don't like the result, but I like the play on first down.
Davis alone set back. Chase Steele barking signals from the gun. They hand it off to Davis. Davis with a block out front across midfield, down across the 45. He'll have a first down at the Shippensburg 45-yard line. Nick Welts on the tackle along with Eddie Ocker for Shippensburg. But a quick opener off of left guard, and Davis picks up the first down yardage down to the Shippensburg 45.
Well, obviously the momentum is shifted in a hurry after that touchdown, and McDevitt getting the ball back quickly.
Davis to the near side as Deal works from the gun. 2 wide receivers set. Davis again, looks for an opening, gets nice blockers across the 40, down across the 35, spun down across the 35, still on his feet and has another first down at the Shippensburg 25-yard line. Christian Bortz makes the tackle, but what a run by Davis, twisting and turning down to the Shippensburg 25-yard line.
Yeah, Davis pretty much ran over Hauser. Hauser tried to tackle him up high, and that hardly ever works, and Davis got around him, and another good gain for him.
So after the INT, the Crusaders are on the move. Burnett wide to the far side, Becker to the near side. Throw is to the near sideline to Becker, and Becker stays in bounds but gets the ball down to about the 15-yard line, close to first down yardage. It looks like he's going to be about a yard shy, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ethan Stauffer on the tackle for Shippensburg. But a nice little quick pass from Deal to Becker, and they pick up 9, and it's 2nd down and 1. 45 seconds left to go here in the quarter. I formation, and Davis gets the call. Davis across the 10. Davis on the 5. Davis touchdown.
Penalty flag.
Got a penalty marker on the far side of the field, and let's see what we've got. Motion penalty against the Crusaders is going to bring that one back.
Well, we mentioned how well Khalik Davis has done over the last 2 years, and he's an impressive looking back. Going to have a touchdown called back.
So the penalty on the shift or the illegal motion will be moved out to the 21-yard line, where it will be 2nd down now and about 6. But he had a great hole to run through. My goodness gracious. They're big up front. Here's Davis again. Davis off of left tackle, and Davis gets down across the 15, and a great ankle tackle by Connor down at the 13-yard line. Eddie Ocker was there. And that moves the chains. They pick up the first down.
And they're really running over that left side, that left off side of the offensive line, and they're just opening up great holes.
Boy, there's some big kids on that offensive line for the Crusaders. Again, Davis at tailback. He gets the call. This time he slides off of right tackle, and he'll get down to about the 9-yard line. Ball is loose, but I believe Davis was down.
They never blew a
they're
whistle.
Still fighting for it. Who's got that
Shippensburg's going to get the ball.
It is. Shippensburg's got the football. Davis fumbles for the second time in this ball game, and the Hounds have their second fumble recovery of this quarter.
Wow. The McDevitt team obviously thought that the whistle had blown, that there was a dead ball. They just kind of stood around and looked at it on the ground, and finally a Shippensburg player picked it up.
Yeah, I thought Davis was down as well, Rob, but everybody was standing around, and they still kept scrambling for the football. So Shippensburg gets the ball back on the second fumble in this quarter by the Crusaders. It's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Hauser in motion. And handoff this time goes inside to Maxwell Cobb. And Cobb will dive forward out to about the 13, maybe the 14-yard line as the quarter comes to a close. We've played 12 at Hortensio Stadium, and Bishop McDevitt 7, Shippensburg nothing.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Quarter number 2 on SC Sportsnet. For play-by-play, here's Rob Ebersole.
Thank you, Scott. What a bizarre end to the first quarter. 7-0 McDevitt. And the Greyhounds will have it 2nd down and 9 at their own 12-yard line. Everybody on one team thought it was a dead ball, and it was crazy. You don't see something like that very often.
And they were just kind of standing around wanting to hand the ball to the official. Really wild.
All righty. Starting quarter number 2. Van Syok from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. Back to pass. Hauser over there and intended for Christian Melendez. That was overthrown. It'll be a incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Kalik Davis on the coverage. Not a good pass that time by Van Syok, so this is a big 3rd down deep in their own territory.
And Shippensburg in the first quarter was able to convert on a couple of nice 3rd down and long situations.
Break the huddle. Hauser is going to be split to the near side. Maxwell Cobb is in the game in the backfield with Van Syok. 3rd down and 9. Back to pass. Rolling, throwing to Hauser in the middle of the field, and the ball comes out, and it's going to be a fumble recovery. Now, I think Shippensburg has the recovery as Hauser had the 1st down. Nick Gustafson is on the ball, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well, that was a crazy play.
Boy, I'll say it sure was. That old pigskin is really slippery here tonight.
I kind of thought Hauser was down, but he wasn't called down, and he fumbled the ball in the scramble, and Gustafson comes out of the bottom of the pile.
And we converted on 3rd down.
That's the most important thing. Well, I'll tell you what, a couple of crazy plays so far in this ball game. 1st down and 10 to 29-yard line. This is Maxwell Cobb, and he goes nowhere in the game for Philip Torres. I'm not sure if Torres is hurt or just getting a breather, but No gain. Second down and 10. Carter Christopher makes the stop, and Christopher 6'3", 285.
Yeah, he's no little boy.
No, and he's anchors. He's the left tackle on offense also. So second down, a minute in here in the second quarter.
And Taquan White, who is the right defensive tackle, is 6'2", 270 pounds.
Okay. A little guy.
No, 6'5", 310, excuse me.
Okay, 6'5", 310. Yeah, little guy.
310,
Yeah.
just a little guy.
And a quick throw by Van Sock to the far side, incomplete, almost intercepted. I believe that was Eric Gathers, or Khalik Davis, thank you. Incomplete pass, third down and 10. As Van Sock threw that ball out to the right side in a hurry.
Yeah, he didn't throw that. They were not on the same wavelength on that pass at all.
So Hauser on third down will go to the far side, and the three receivers to the near side with Nick Gustafson, the farthest from Van Syok. Third down and 10. Low snap and some rush. Van Syok going to throw, and it's to Hauser to the 35, 36-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. Aaron Gathers makes the stop, but that will bring up a fourth down, and Shippensburg will punt it away.
Well, he turned nothing into something, because that could have been pure disaster for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
So Eddie Ocker will punt it away, and this is Tanias Becker, and he's standing around his own 30-yard line. Ocker's had a couple of punts so far. His last one he bobbled but did get it away, and his first punt was a really short punt. So a whistle and a timeout's going to be called by the Greyhounds, the second one of the first half.
Advantage Chem Dry has been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. We are your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. Check out our virtual showroom at AdvantageFlooringPA.com. We carry the latest selection of hardwood, ceramic, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and LVT flooring. If you want all your carpet and flooring solutions in one convenient location, look no further. Our quality is guaranteed. Call me, Ashley, at Advantage Flooring, 532-9977 to set up a free in-home estimate.
So the Greyhounds will punt it away after their second timeout of the first half. And as I mentioned, Davis back. Or Becker, excuse me.
Oh,
high, nice punt. Becker back at his 24-yard line. 30, goes to the outside, nice block. 40, 45, close to midfield before he's knocked out of bounds, but a nice block by one of the McDevitt players. Luke Greenewald finally brings him down. And a nice punt by Ocker, but an even better return by Becker.
Yeah, Shippensburg punt team left Ocker's beautiful punt down, and the Crusaders are going to go to work just about midfield.
Well, and the famous field position is been in McDevitt's favor here for the last half of a quarter. And Deal will start from the gun on first down. And this is Davis. Davis into the secondary. Breaks free. He's going to be close to the first down, maybe short by a yard. Ethan Stauffer makes the stop. And it will be a gain of 9, second down and 1.
The Shippensburg defensive line is being manhandled by the Crusaders. They're just giving Davis big holes to run through.
One wide receiver to either side, and Davis standing behind the quarterback Deal. And this is Davis over the left tackle, and Davis into the secondary again over the 35, close to the 32. Eddie Ocker finally brings him down, but that'll move the chains, and McDevitt will have it at the Shippensburg 32-yard line.
Off of right tackle and then off of left tackle. That offensive line for the Crusaders doing a great job to allow Davis to pick up huge chunks of yardage on each carry.
First down, and Deal will throw on first down. Looks right. Now he's going to run it right up the gut. 30. Close to the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds by Adam Hauser. Boy, that was close to a late hit, but I don't see a flag. Wow.
Not anybody open to throw to that time. Give the Shippensburg secondary a lot of credit. The Deal had to pull that back down and run for a good 5 yards.
Deal took a big hit by Adam Hauser right on the sideline, but no penalty, so it's 2nd down and 5 at the 27-yard line.
The McDevitt fans right now, you have to realize they were pretty much hypersensitive after this questionable.
Deal takes a snap, and this is Davis over the left side. Davis a 1st down and more inside the 15, close to the 13-yard line. Another 1st down for McDevitt, and a late flag comes flying in. Tackled by Naz Minor. Let's see what the flag's all about. In the secondary.
It was thrown by the field judge. Clear back. He was standing on the goal line and threw it into the pile. So I don't know what he saw. We're going to see right now. Dead ball foul, personal foul against the Crusaders. Wow, that's huge. After Davis picked up a big 1st down.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything, but the official obviously did. So it's back at the 28-yard line. Still a good field position for McDevitt, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they'll get the credit for the 1st down because it was a dead ball foul.
And Chase Deal, the junior quarterback, calling these signals. And Deal under center this time. And this is Davis. Davis right up the gut. Davis is tripped up over the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Colby Tracy brings him down. But another good run by Davis.
Well, Tracy was on the ground, Rob, and he just reached up and grabbed his ankle, and Davis fell forward for another 3 or 4 yards before his knee touched the turf down at the 23-yard line.
2nd down at about 5 from the 23. Becker is to the far side, and Deal will throw it. Looks to the near side, and it is incomplete. Burnett was the intended receiver. That was Bortz and Adam Hauser back on coverage, so the clock stops. It's 3rd down and 4.
That may have been the poorest pass that Deal has thrown so far in the ball game. He threw it down at the ankles of the intended receiver, and Burnett just could not come up with the football.
So the incomplete pass, 8:03 remaining until the halftime. 7-0 Crusaders. Deal from the shotgun. And this is Davis over the right side. Davis,
Look
20.
at the blockers.
And he stumbles forward. Another fumble, and let's see. No, they're going to call him down at the 19-yard line, Aiden Mead. But he is going to be called down, and is going to be about a half a yard short. 4th down for McDevitt. So Davis, as well as he's run, has fumbled the ball a couple times. Close to another one. So 4th down. Got a fullback in the game.
Yeah, we got movement everywhere.
And I believe that's going to be called on McDevitt. So instead of a 4th and 1, it'll be 4th down and 6. So some confusion by the line. And that helps the Shippensburg cause a little bit back to the 24-yard line.
Well, as easily as the Crusaders have been able to pick up yardage on the ground, I think this is pretty elementary, wouldn't you think?
If I was a betting man.
And you're not, I know.
Deal's going to throw on 4th down.
We'd have lost that bet.
And still nobody open, and he's trying to get free and throw it into the end zone. It's knocked. Touchdown. Touchdown. That is James Lawson. I thought it was knocked away for a second, but Lawson with a nice catch and a great throw by Deal.
Well, Chase Deal could have packed a picnic lunch, eaten his picnic lunch, then picked up all of the scraps from the picnic lunch, and he still waited and waited and waited for his receivers to get open in the secondary.
Fauner with the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. 6:52 remaining, and till halftime, it's 14-0 McDevitt.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
8-play, 50-yard scoring drive for Bishop McDevitt. 24-yard pass play. Lawson from Deal in the extra point, and it's 14-0 Crusaders. So Shippensburg started out really well in the first quarter. Had McDevitt really back on their heels a little bit, but they've really turned the tides, and the Crusaders are pretty much doing what they want on offense, at least.
They've had an opportunity here on their last 2 scoring drives to pick the Shippensburg secondary apart. And just unbelievable the amount of time that offensive line for the Crusaders gave Chase Deal to find an open receiver in the end zone.
Fauner having trouble again keeping the ball on the tee, so he'll get a teammate to help him. It's James Lawson. And the whistle. And the kick by Fauner. Real short kick. And a fail. Or I thought it was a fair catch. It was a fair catch by Blake Rhodes. Did the fair catch signal, and then he kind of stepped forward a couple yards. Shippensburg will have it 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Still pretty good field position to start this drive for the Hounds. Down by 14 with 6:52 left to go in the half.
Shippensburg has to get the momentum back on their side a little bit. Back on their heels here has been the Greyhounds. Van Syok under center on 1st down and some movement, and it might be an offsides. Let's see what the call is. It is going to be offsides against McDevitt. So that'll help Shippensburg. It'll be 1st down and 5.
I believe that was Taquan White who stepped into the neutral zone, or lumbered into the neutral zone, or fell into the neutral zone, not sure which.
All of the above. 1st and 5 from the 38-yard line. Van Syok under center. And this is Hauser over the right side, and he goes backwards, and he tries to get around the right side, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Back about the 47-yard line. Looked like Aaron Gethers over there to make the stop. But Hauser went backwards instead of forwards there and ends up losing a yard or two.
He only was trying to find somebody to block for him up the far edge, and the blue-shirted Crusaders were just picking the blockers off one at a time, and Hauser just couldn't get any momentum to be able to turn the corner.
Good defense by the Crusaders. So it's 2nd down and 6. And Van Syok back to pass on 2nd down, throwing to the near side of Hauser. And he turned Hauser around, incomplete pass. Justin Piper on the coverage. 3rd down.
Yep, Carter Van Syok threw to the inside. Hauser was still running a route to the outside, and it was thrown behind him and just incomplete. Another 3rd and long situation for Shippensburg.
Hauser had a step on his defender, but had no chance of catching that ball. 3rd down now for Shippensburg, trailing at 14-0. Van Syok from the shotgun. Here's Van Syok. Throws in the middle of the field. That's Ethan Stauffer, and he's going to have the 1st down at the 48-yard line. James Lawson brings him down, but there's Stauffer. When he comes into the ball game, he usually makes something happen. 1st down Greyhounds.
And he certainly did on a nice pattern across the middle of the football field, all by himself by a couple of steps, and picked up the 1st down for the Greyhounds.
So 1st and 10, Shippensburg at their own 47-yard line.
I think this is a crucial drive, Rob, for the Greyhounds in this football game.
No doubt about it. Backs are split in the backfield. And this is Hauser. Hauser gets to the outside. Adam Hauser's spin move over the 50-yard line, and he fights forward to about the 48-yard line. Going to be a gain of 4 or 5 before he's brought down by Melendez. But nice hustle by Adam Hauser, and give him 5, 2nd and 5.
That signature spin right off that initial tackle that he tried to initiate, he did, and it allowed him to pick up a couple more yards in that carry.
Second down at the 48-yard line of McDevitt.
I can't imagine if he used that energy to keep moving forward instead of spinning how many more yards he'd pick up.
And this is called, I believe, and he goes nowhere. It's 3rd down, and I guess they're going to lose a yard. It's 3rd down and 6. Cordell Cash on the carry. And again, no Philip Torres for Shippensburg. Cash is 6'3", 230.
I don't think there's anybody in that front line under 225 for the Crusaders.
So 3rd down and long for the Greyhounds. Back to pass.
The pressure.
Pressure, throw. Hauser the first down. He drops the ball, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. He took 3 or 4 steps after he caught that football, Rob. That should have been a turnover. That should have been a fumble. Shippensburg really dodged a big bullet there.
The ball was underthrown, but Hauser was open, and he made the reception. And as Scott mentioned, he took a couple of steps and lost the control of the ball, but incomplete pass, and Eddie Ocker will kick it away. So 4th down, here's the punt. Nice punt, fair catch at the 18-yard line. Oh, he bobbled it too. That was Bajic, and almost a fumble, but he retains possession, and McDevitt sets up shop at their 20-yard line.
But, this is the first night all season long that it's been this cold. And, that's probably why it's hard to hold on to the football here tonight by both teams. I'll tell you what, though, the Crusaders sideline had every reason to be really upset about that last officiating call. Crews that do not work together all year long, they put them together for these playoffs, and there's just something not right about that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay, well said. 4:04 remaining until half. This is Reyes Diggs off the left side. Nice run. Gabriel Long brings him down. So Reyes Diggs, the backup running back for McDevitt. Nice run and a gain of about 7. Ball stopped at marked at the 30-yard line.
Darren Petrucci, one of the defensive tackles that really took a long time to get back up to get into the huddle.
Diggs has run for over 500 yards, and he has it again. And he's going to have the first down over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Austin Kozer makes the stop. The backup running back, 2 possessions or 2 runs in a row, and gets the first down. Getting towards the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Becker is flanked to the far side. Back to pass is Deal. Has plenty of time. Now he's being pressured. Runs out of the pocket. Trying to get away. And he is brought down by Gabriel Long. Nice pursuit by Long. The sack and some loss of some yards for McDevitt.
Well, let's give the Shippensburg secondary, again, a lot of credit because Deal had nobody to throw to. He had a lot of time, waited for somebody to get loose again, but the coverage was superior by Shippensburg, and he just had to scramble for his life, and Long did a great job of pulling him down for a 4-yard loss. So will the Crusaders call a timeout here with 3:02 left to go? I think that's their second timeout of the half.
Both teams have 1 left. So that was a good play by Gabriel Long, the senior, one of the 13 seniors on this Greyhound squad. Shippensburg really, Scott, though, I mean, some of the plays they've made, really hurt them, but they've really played pretty well so far in this
Yeah, I
first
would
half.
absolutely agree with that. They've hung in there in a game which we didn't think was going to be easy for them to hang in, but they've played a great first half. A couple of things could have gone their way, and it could be a different ball game right now.
So after the timeout, one timeout each for the teams. Deal on 2nd down and 12. He'll throw, and he throws the ball to Becker. Becker into the secondary. Becker over midfield, 40, 35, 30. He breaks a tackle, and Becker is going to go the whole way. Touchdown. Wow.
He rolled the formation to the far side of the field, then threw it back against the grain to the near side. Becker grabbed it, and he just stepped through everybody. Adam Hauser was the last chance for the Greyhounds at the 15-yard line. Hauser dove, but Becker just kept on running. What a great catch and run for the Crusaders.
64 yards for the touchdown. And all of a sudden, it's 20-0. And Fauner with the extra point attempt, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:48 remaining until half. We'll be right back.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
So all of a sudden, it's a 21-point lead for the Crusaders, number 2 seed in the Quad A District 3 playoffs.
And Berks Catholic is all over their opponent tonight. 21-0 so far.
It'll be the 8th seed Gettysburg, who snuck in over Northern.
We'll run down the District 3 Quad A bracket for you at halftime. But right now it's 21-0 as the Crusaders have had big plays that have put 21 points on the board here in the first half.
Short kick, and the ball bounces. Melendez has it to 22. Melendez over the 30, puts his head down, fights forward to about the 33-yard line. That's where Shippensburg will start. Tate Myers on the stop for Bishop McDevitt. So as I just mentioned, Shippensburg with one timeout, and they'll start at their own 32.
2:42 left to go in the half.
Melendez in the game. He's split out to the far side. Backs are split, and Van Syok from the shotgun. Back to pass. Has some time. Throws it short to Hauser, right through his hands, incomplete. Quidleak Davis on this coverage. But again, those cold hands, cold football, and Hauser's going to catch that ball most of the time.
And Van Syok's having a little more difficult time throwing the ball tonight. He may just be pumped up a little bit too much.
Yeah, good point.
Because he had just a tremendous game last year against these Crusaders.
360-some yards passing.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. And ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Intended for Gustafson, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Lawson on the coverage, but that pass had no chance of being caught.
Lawson is going to go to Boston College. He's a Boston College recruit, James Lawson. He's played a good ball game so far tonight, including the one touchdown pass. Third down from the 32.
Another 3rd and long.
Back to pass, rolling right, throwing back to the near side, and this is Cobb, and Cobb is tripped up, and he falls forward to the 35-yard line, well short of the 1st down. Donnelly and Cordell Cash on the stop for McDevitt. Donnelly tripped up Cobb.
Well, and that time the Crusaders were coming with everything, Rob. They really put the pressure on Van Slyke to get rid of that football in a hurry.
Eddie Ocker, kick it away. And Becker back for McDevitt at the 30-yard line. Under 2 minutes. Shippensburg getting a player back to help block. And there's a snap, low snap. Ocker, decent punt. Becker at the 34. Becker gets some running room. Now he's going to cut it back to the middle of the field. He tries to break a tackle. Flags are down. And we'll see what that's all about. Alex Sherrill on the stop as Becker tried to cut back, and he could not get out of that grasp by the Shippensburg defender, and a holding call against McDevitt.
Well, the way he was moving east and west instead of north and south, you thought maybe it might be an illegal block, but a hold probably the same thing.
I'll march back to the 29-yard line. So McDevitt will have it. First down and 10, leading 21-0. And McDevitt will get the ball to start the third quarter. Back in the game is Davis, throwing the ball in the middle of the field, and that's Becker. Becker close to midfield. Gabriel Long finally brings him down, but Becker is just a quick young man with good hands. Ball at midfield.
You know, just threw that ball in the seam underneath the coverage for the Greyhounds and gave Becker plenty of an opportunity to pick up linear yardage after the catch.
Deal will throw it again. Another first down catch inside the 35-yard line, and that is Burnett. First down again for McDevitt, and they still have a minute and 15 seconds left here to try to add on to their 21-0 lead.
And one timeout.
Deal again. Will throw. Plenty of time. Can't find anybody open. Now some pressure. And he tries to get away, and he doesn't. Throws it downfield, and it's a wide open player. That's Burnett, and Burnett is going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Burnett was wide open, and Deal found him. First down and goal to goal for the Crusaders.
It's amazing, but we've got a penalty flag back behind the line of scrimmage, and that ball's going to come right back. But it's amazing, Rob, as to how everybody's standing around in the secondary. Not only the receivers, but the defenders as well, waiting for Deal to throw the football. They were just standing there at their positions. They were like statues. Well, we got a hold that's going to bring that beautiful run after the catch back into Crusader territory.
All the way back inside the 40-yard line. Will be marked at the 39-yard line. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it's...
Well, it's first down at about 38.
I need my calculator. Deal's going to throw down the middle of the field. And this is Burnett, and he drops it. Cobb on the coverage, but he had a step on Cobb, and that would have been another score, but he dropped it.
He was just acting too nonchalant on that catch. He thought he had that said TD written all over it, and he just dropped the ball right in his hands, and he just dropped the ball.
Nice throw by Deal. Clock stops 45 seconds.
You couldn't have handed it to him any nicer than that. Did you got to catch those passes?
Yes. Boy, that was a heck of a throw, and he threw that a long way, too. So Deal with Davis in the backfield. He's going to throw again in the middle of the field, and it is caught by Vadiak, and that's going to be over midfield, and then the third timeout's going to be called. Adam Hauser with a nice hit.
Yeah, it was a beautiful hit.
So, but it's third down and still long. Another great throw. by the quarterback, Chase Deal.
Well, they've really been able to take advantage of the Shippensburg secondary over the middle. The inexperience of the deep backs just not able to cover the swiftness of these wideouts for the Crusaders here in the first half.
Deal doing everything as he's advertised to do. He just has a great arm. Doesn't hurt him to have that big offensive line that he can get some good blocks. Give him that time.
So it'll be 3rd down and 20 after the final timeout for Bishop McDevitt.
So 3rd down and 19 from the Shippensburg 47-yard line. So Deal back to pass, has time, still has time. Now he's pressured out of the pocket, and Deal is going to have to run the ball inside the 40. He's knocked out of bounds about the 37-yard line. Gabriel Long on the stop. That'll stop the clock. It'll be 4th down for Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, what I just don't understand is why the McDevitt receivers don't keep moving. They just stop. And that allows Shippensburg to finally break down the offensive line coverage, and then Deal really has to scramble. If they would keep moving, they give him a target to throw to, but they don't. They just run to a position on the field and they stop.
4th down and 12. Deal back to pass, throws down the middle of the field. That is caught. Lawson's going to have the 1st down. He fights to get out of bounds, and he does inside the Shippensburg 20-yard line with 16 seconds remaining. Latriglio makes a stop for Shippensburg. But another nice throw, a good run, and it's 1st down and 10 from the Shippensburg 19.
Yeah, that time the receivers kept on the move, and Deal was able to find Lawson on a really nice pass.
Make it the 18-yard line, out of timeouts. Couple more plays. And Deal from the gun once again. He'll throw on 1st down, has some time, throws in the end zone, and the ball is knocked away. Incomplete pass intended for Becker. 2nd down and 10. I think that was Welts on the coverage for Shippensburg.
Yeah, Hauser was there as well. Becker was standing by himself at the end line of the end zone, but it got knocked away.
10 seconds remaining until half. So without any timeouts, it's going to be kind of tough unless it's an incomplete pass if they're going to try to kick a field goal here at the end of the half. Fauner is 2 for 2 field goals this year. Deal again all night long. Throws into the end zone. It is knocked away. No, I would tell you what.
No.
Lawson had it right in the numbers. Welts and Hauser again, and he just couldn't control it.
Yeah, that's a catch you got to make as well. 2 drop passes here on this drive that could have been a potential 6 points for the Crusaders.
Originally, I thought the ball was knocked away by Welts, but just in and out of his hands. So it's 3rd down with 3 seconds. And they're going to not try the field goal. 3rd down. 2nd down. Doesn't matter. Last play of the game, lesser defensive penalty. Deal still has time, and now Gabriel Long after him. Deal throws into the end zone. The ball is knocked away by Bortz, and that'll be the half. So we played 2 quarters here tonight from Bishop McDevitt High School. It's 21-0 Crusaders.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmons Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmons Oil at 532-3740. The Timmons family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
First half in the books in this quarterfinal M&T Bank District 3 football championship game, and the Crusaders lead the Greyhounds by a score of 21-0.
Well, interesting first half, to say the least. Shippensburg, as we mentioned more than once, came out, played pretty well. Held McDevitt in check. Couldn't put any points on the board, but the momentum changed, and McDevitt started making some big plays, and he led at 21-0.
Yeah, the big play offense by McDevitt clicked in, and they put 21 points on the board against Shippensburg.
Three different touchdown receivers scoring touchdowns from Deal, and this Deal kid, pretty good. Chase Deal, the junior quarterback, would be anxious to hear from JD as far as his statistics in the first half.
Our halftime report tonight is brought to you by the Fogelsanger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium of Shippensburg. But Shippensburg hung in there for most of the second half, and then we said the McDevitt Crusader big play offense clicked in.
Yeah, and just interesting how much time we talked about how big this offensive line is for McDevitt, and Deal just literally has all day and half the night and tomorrow morning to wait. I mean, it's seconds and seconds and seconds and seconds, and a lot of the times wasn't even really flushed out of the pocket. He was just standing in the pocket and waiting for one of his speedy wide receivers, and he has a bunch of them to choose from. Finally, somebody would get open, but it could be worse. It could be 28-0 because they had a big holding call against the Crusaders. Not they would had this ball down inside the 5-yard line, the Shippensburg 5-yard line. So, and they again, even with the penalty, they drove it down the field and almost scored another touchdown at the end of the half. But fortunately, it's 21-0 at the break.
A couple of Crusader turnovers, too, that Shippensburg could not capitalize on, which didn't help this Greyhound offense as well.
No, they really, again, they started out well, but just have not been able to put any consistent drives together since about the halfway point of the first quarter.
Halftime. Bishop McDevitt 21, Shippensburg 0. The Fogelsanger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium is truly different. They take great pride in the care they provide the families they serve. The Fogelsanger Bricker experienced staff is committed to doing everything they can do to meet and exceed your expectations. They will help you in planning a funeral or making pre-arrangements, and they will also assist those in need of bereavement support. Call the Fogelsanger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium day or night, 717-532-2211, to speak to a member of their staff. The Fogelsanger Bricker Funeral Home of Shippensburg. So we're at halftime at Rocco Ortenzio Stadium, and the Crusaders lead the Greyhounds by a score of 21-0.
Have a couple of scores in the Quad A playoffs. Berks Catholic all over Gettysburg, 41-0 at the half. East Pennsboro leading Susquehannock 24-7. Lampeter Stroudsburg and Northern Lebanon at 0-0 in the first half. That's the only three that I can find. Governor Mifflin in 5A is up 42-0 against William Penn. Manheim Central back to their 41-0 lead against Waynesboro in 5A. And Cocalick over Cedar Crest 35-7. So, J.D. Davidson, buddy, what do you think?
Well, we had an opportunity in the first quarter to put points on the board and didn't. And we're seeing the speed of Bishop McDevitt just sort of grind us down there in the second quarter, and that's why we trail 21-0 here at halftime.
So what does Coach Faust talk to him about at half? What are we going to try to do differently?
Well, just got to somehow find a way to make plays. I mean, our receivers are having a hard time getting separation when they go in the route. Van Sock hasn't had a whole lot of time to step back there and survey the field. He's got to sort of get rid of it quickly. So his first read has basically been his only read, and they've been off on that. So, I mean, they feel fortunate they're only down 21-0, but they played a pretty good first half of football to, still be in this football game. Like I said, the speed is really both on offense and defense that, showing up here, and that's been the big difference in the football game so far.
Well, and you mentioned something that makes a lot of sense, and we're seeing it happening here in the first half, and that's the field the conditions not that bad, but the cold weather has really hurt some of the plays. Especially Adam Hauser dropped a couple of passes you wouldn't think that he normally would have caught.
Yeah, and the same thing with Bishop McDevitt. They dropped some balls maybe they should have caught. They put the ball on the ground a couple times with fumbles. Cold night, football feels like a rock, and neither one of these two teams in the last 2 years have actually had to play or practice in any of this type of weather. So it's a new experience for everybody.
So let's check out the first half statistics, brought to you by Chamberlain's Pest Control.
Okay, for the visiting Greyhounds, 14 rushes, 51 yards. Adam Hauser, 6 for 24. Eddie Archer, 2 for 15. Philip Torres, 3 for 12. Carter passing, 5 for 14, 1 interception for 66 yards. Hauser, 2 for 23. Kane Freidinger, 1 for 31. Stauffer, 1 for 10. And Max Call, 1 for 2. 117 yards of total offense for the Greyhounds. For Bishop McDevitt, 18 carries, 116 yards. Davis, 11 for 99. Deal passing, 9 for 15. No interceptions for 278 yards. And Burnett, their leading receiver, 4 for 145, 394 yards of total offense for the hometown Crusaders. But only three scores, though, too.
394 total yards.
Yes.
Wow. That is crazy. And Deal, pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, he's had time to have a lunch back there a couple times, and he gives Shippensburg's defensive back some credits from time to time. He's had time to have lunch back there and survey the field and hasn't found anybody open a lot of times. And that one long pass along the sideline, they went for a touchdown that came back on holding. On that play, the running back was 5 yards in the backfield, just watching the play happen. And then when he started scrambling around, he ran down the field. Of course, nobody was covering him at that time. They were chasing the quarterback, and he was wide open and went for the touchdown. But the holding penalty brought it back and so forth. But, Shippensburg's defensive backs have done a decent job. But the longer the play goes on, it's like somebody's got to be open somewhere, and we've seen that happen. And they ran that smoke screen for a touchdown. And their first touchdown was just a great play by Burnett because Shippensburg had great defensive coverage on it. He just went up and over the Shippensburg defensive back and took it away from him. And then after that, there was nobody behind him to make the stop. So,
well, second half, McDevitt gets the ball first. So, what do you think offensively when Shippensburg does get the ball? They'll try anything differently, or just more of the same, or what are you expecting out of them in the second half?
Well, they'll probably do pretty much more of the same. Maybe go back to the shotgun motion and try to get wide again. But Bishop McDevitt made some adjustments on that and so forth. The only thing I haven't seen off that yet is I'd like to see maybe a counter coming back the other way. You send the motion man around the end and fake it to him and then give it to the other wing back coming back the other way. It's something they haven't shown out of that offense yet. That might be, something that gets the Greyhounds going in the second half. receiver wise, they have to work harder getting open and hold on to the ball when Carter puts it on the numbers.
Thank you, JD. Halftime stats again brought to you by Chamberlain's Pest Control. The Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium is truly different. They take great pride in the care they provide the families they serve. The Fogelsonger Bricker experienced staff is committed to doing everything they can do to meet and exceed your expectations. They help you with planning a funeral or making pre-arrangements, and will also assist those in need of bereavement support. Call the Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium day or night, 717-532-2211, to speak to a member of their staff. The Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home of Shippensburg.
So 21-0 the score. The Crusaders over the Greyhounds here at halftime. Not an impossible task for Shippensburg. They get a couple things to go their way, get the ball to bounce their way, and they can get themselves right back in this ball game.
Yeah, we'll look over the brackets here tonight. The other games, we mentioned a couple of the scores. McDevitt, this 2 seed against Shippensburg, obviously 21-0. Northern Lebanon and Lapeter Stroudsburg, and Northern Lebanon was winning. The winners of those 2 games will face each other next week in the semifinals. And in the other bracket, Berks Catholic, the 1 seed, is up 41-0 at the half, and Susquehannock and East Pennsboro. And East Pennsboro, the 5 seed, was beating Susquehannock the last time we checked. And, of course, those 2 winners will play next week, and then the championship will be, I'm assuming, well, that'll be the day after Thanksgiving, I guess. And we'll see what happens. But Shippensburg, again, trailing 21-7. Another half of football to play. You never know, partner.
Yeah, you don't. And Shippensburg can have the ability. I think that the Crusaders early in this ball game did show that they are human, and that Shippensburg can put a couple of nice drives together coming out here in the third quarter, can get back into this ball game. Carter Van Salk had a fairly good first half, and I think the cold weather had more to do with the Shippensburg offense in that first half, but the inability to take advantage of a couple of those turnovers didn't help either.
No, you're right, and it just, hey, McDevitt's a really good team, obviously, and you can't really afford any mistakes at all, and that's impossible to have happen. Things are going to occur, some mistakes are going to happen, but you really have to play hardly with any mistakes at all to beat a team as good as McDevitt is.
Yeah, and that's the task that the Hounds are going to have here in the third quarter. Can Bishop McDevitt turn the ball over once or twice? They did in the first half, but it didn't matter. But they're going to have Bishop McDevitt make a couple of mistakes, and Shippensburg's going to have to play perfect football.
Yeah, and anything can happen. But again, we're going to have to go on defense right away here to start the second half, and the big possession for McDevitt and Shippensburg, are going to have to hold them here to not get behind any more than the 21 points are down.
21-0 at halftime. The Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium is truly different. They take great pride in the care that they provide the families they serve. Fogelsonger Bricker experienced staff is committed to doing everything they can do to meet and exceed your expectations. They will help you in planning a funeral home or making prearrangements, and they will also assist those in need of bereavement support. Call the Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium day or night, 717-532-2211, to speak to a member of their staff. The Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home of Shippensburg. Our halftime report has been sponsored tonight by the Fogelsonger Bricker Funeral Home and Crematorium of Shippensburg.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections. And for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious desserts. Our specials are the best. Voted number 1 since 2004 Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street, Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Back at Ortenzo Stadium, Shippensburg Greyhounds and the Crusaders of Bishop McDevitt. Halftime, McDevitt leading at 21-0, and neither team has come back out onto the field here after the 15-minute intermission.
Getting warm, maybe.
Yeah.
Trying to thaw out a little bit, because it definitely chilly out there. Some wind blowing to not help matters, and it's really, if you could see some plays during the first half that really were affected by the weather. Again, Adam Hauser dropping a few balls that he normally would have gotten, and even some of the McDevitt receivers having some trouble. And it's not going to get any better in the second half, partner.
Well, here come the Crusaders now out of the locker room. That it's not. Going to get a little colder. Wind's going to continue to blow. And the Crusaders have a 21-0 lead here, as we've said so often here at halftime.
Got a couple more scores in the mid-state. Middletown beating Bermudian Springs 14-7. Wyomissing 7-0 over Littlestown. And we mentioned the Berks Catholic score. East Pennsboro 24-7 over Susquehannock. Peter Strasburg and Northern Lebanon 0-0 in the first.
That has to be a huge surprise, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so. I mentioned the Governor Mifflin score. Manheim Central all over Waynesboro 41-0. Cocalico 35-7 over Cedar Cliff. And I believe that's all I have for now. So it's exciting. It's playoff time here in the PIAA, District 3, and always a lot of good competition. And talking about those Harrisburg Cougars for a minute before the game started, and I'll tell you what, they are just beating people at will. I mean, Cumberland Valley was 56-14, and Cumberland Valley is one of the better teams in the state. They just are beating everybody.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, it's not even close. It's by 40 points. It's by 50 points, and so they're going to be tough to stop. And they're ranked like the 71st or something like that, best team in the country right now. And Pennsylvania has a few other ones. I can't think the names off the top of my head, but quite a team being manufactured over there at on the hill in Harrisburg at Harrisburg High School.
Hounds back out on the field now, and the team's starting their warm-ups to begin the third quarter of play. And we'll step aside for one last commercial break, and we'll have third quarter action for you.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover the local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle: the print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com. The Shippensburg News Chronicle. We are ready for third quarter play-by-play and for the final time. My partner, Rob Ebersol.
Thank you, Scott. And mentioned McDevitt will get the ball to start. An unbelievable statistic, 394 yards in the first half for McDevitt. And looking at the scoring, 86-yard touchdown pass, 24-yard touchdown pass, 64-yard touchdown pass to three different receivers. So this Deal kid, as I mentioned a couple times, just a great athlete. So we're ready to go here for quarter number 3. And Sterling Shetter will tee it up for the Greyhounds. Back deep is James Lawson and Burnett. Both of them standing around the 25-yard line, and this is Burnett at the 24. Burnett tries to the outside, being chased down, 25-yard line, and that's where he's going to be stopped. Good defense by Josh Connor. So drug him down. He's going east and west instead of north and south, and McDevitt will start 1st and 10 at their own 28.
He started to look up the far side of the field, didn't find anything, then reversed his field, and the Shippensburg coverage put the pressure on him, and it actually cost him a few yards.
We're going to have a penalty, too. Chop block against McDevitt, so that'll move them back even further. They're going to be back inside their 15-yard line at the 13 after that penalty. So McDevitt starting deep in their own territory. Junior quarterback Chase Deal in there. Fullback is Dre Donnelly. And Davis behind him, and this is Davis over the right side. Davis into the 20. Davis 25, leaps over a couple Shippensburg defenders to about the 33-yard line before Gabriel Long trips him up. Another great run on first down by Davis. It's 1st and 10 at the 31.
Well, after that leap and that hit by Long, it's a good thing that Davis hung on to the football.
Khalik Davis. Great run. It's marked at the 32-yard line.
I saw that earlier this year in another high school game, and it was.
So first down. Deal. Davis to the left side. Davis, 35-40. Another first down. About the 49-yard line, Nicholas Welts brings him down, but back-to-back first down runs by Davis, and all of a sudden McDevitt's at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, two just super runs by Davis to get them out of the hole, and now they have plenty of room to work out at their 44.
C.J. Reyes-Diggs will give Davis a breather. Not a bad running back in his own right.
They just have all the offensive weapons.
Unbelievable. From the gun is Deal. And this is Diggs. Diggs goes nowhere. He might even lose a yard. Let's see where they mark the ball. Eddie Ocker at the bottom of the pile. Going to call it no gain, and we have a McDevitt player down. Officials timeout, and we'll be right back.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Logan O'Grady, the injured Crusader, a junior, 6'3", 310. Looking down that roster.
What do they feed these kids here?
I see at least 3 300-pounders, and there's some 280s and 290s also. Second down and 10. Deal will throw. Looking for someone open. Throws to the near side. It is caught by Becker. Becker still on his feet. Ball is on the field, and let's see. I believe Shippensburg might have come up with a fumble, and they do. Another turnover. Christian Bortz makes the fumble recovery, and Becker just fought a little too much, and he got spun around, and that was it. Ball came out, and Shippensburg has the ball 1st and 10.
And I think that's a perfect description, Rob. They're trying to maybe do a little too much after the catch and fighting for additional yardage instead of just going ahead and going down. And they turned the ball over again. That's the third time here that they've turned the ball over in the game.
Hauser and Ocker in the backfield. Again, no Philip Torres. First down for the Greyhounds. And some movements and penalty flag. Offsides called on McDevitt. McDevitt, a lot more penalty yards than Shippensburg. But the Greyhounds not able to take advantage of that.
Well, we mentioned, Rob, at the end of the halftime report that the Hounds needed to have a few things go their way to get back in this game. So far, maybe it's just happening.
And this is Ocker, and Ocker is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Christopher. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Again, don't know what happened to Torres. Shippensburg across the field. I can't really see if he's even on the field. So Eddie Ocker getting some more playing time on the offense. Van Syok under center on 2nd down. And fakes the handoff. He's being pressured. Rolls out to the right and throws down the field. And it is caught. And this is Adam Hauser. Hauser 50-40. Hauser cut back in the middle of the field. 30, 25, 20. Hauser inside the 10. Adam Hauser is going to be drugged down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Shippensburg. T.J. Hamilton finally brings him down, but Adam Hauser, and with a great run after the catch, and Shippensburg's in business.
Yeah, he was trapped behind the first down marker and managed to get away, and then just a burst of speed down that far sideline, and he hobbles off the field, Rob. And then he came to the near side, and it was just a foot race, and he just lost that foot race down at the 3-yard line.
66-yard run after the catch by Adam Hauser, and let's hope he's not too injured. We need him back out in the game. 1st down call, and this is Ocker. Ocker is going to score. Eddie Ocker from 3 yards out, and Shippensburg is on the board. It's 21-6.
Well, just what Shippensburg needed to get things started here in the second half. Beautiful pass play to Hauser, who put on a super run after the catch. And then the 3-yard touchdown run off of right tackle by Eddie Ocker.
Sterling Shetter will kick the extra point. Van Syok with the hold. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. 9:28 remaining in the third. It's 21-7 Bishop McDevitt.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
3 plays, 74 yards, touchdown by Ocker, 21-7. Play by Adam Hauser. So McDevitt will get the ball back. Boy, that's a great start to the second half by the Greyhounds.
Well, a couple of Crusaders' mistakes. They were able to take advantage of the turnover, and they put 7 points on the board here.
So Burnett and Becker back deep. Cheddar will kick it off. And the whistle by the referee, and here we go. Short kick. Becker back at about the 20-yard line. Becker into the secondary. Becker might go, and he's going to go. Looked like Becker was going to get stopped a couple of times, and Becker's going to go the whole way. About an 85-yard kickoff return, and it's all of a sudden 27-7.
Well, that kick by Ocker drove Becker clear back to his 15-yard line, and he just, with a burst of speed through the coverage by the Greyhounds, he got wide open at midfield, and nobody was going to catch him the rest of the way.
He just put on the afterburners, and he just sped away from everybody. Wow. Just as you think Shippensburg is back in the ball game, boom, 85 yards and a touchdown.
He had an 89-yarder, of course, earlier in the year.
Fauner. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 9:14 remaining in the third. It's 28-7 Bishop McDevitt.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections. And for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted number 1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street, Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Well, all of a sudden, it's back up to a 21-point lead. Just way too much athleticism on this McDevitt team. And they are taking advantage of any kind of opening they can find.
Yeah, they're really at every aspect of the game.
Yep. Hauser's back on the field for the Greyhounds. He's one of the up-backs. Melendez and Sharrow waiting for the Fauner kick. And here's the kick, a short kick. This is Rhodes with a fair catch at the 35-yard line, so that's where the Greyhounds will set up shop, first down and 10. Senior Carter Van Syok.
Hauser back out there for Shippensburg, and did Torres stay in the ball game, Rob? I don't believe so.
No. So Van Syok, maybe his final high school game. Quite a career for Coach Faust. Under center on first down. Hauser over the right side, and he trips and falls forward maybe a yard or two. It'll be second down and 9. That was Tate Myers. They're going to give him 2, second down and 8. So Hauser's, we all know, had that ankle to start the year and really has not run the way we expected him to until last week. And, of course, tonight the nice run after the catch, setting up the only Shippensburg score. Ball fake, and this is thrown down the far side, incomplete, intended for Josh Connor. James Lawson on the coverage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for Shippensburg.
It was a pass that was easier for Lawson to catch than it was for the Shippensburg receiver. And another 3rd down and long for Shippensburg. And we've just had these all night long.
Yep. So the offense breaks the huddle. Gustafson and Connor to the near side. Frodinger to the far side. And Van Sock will throw in there down. Pressure comes, and it flips it out to Hauser. And he had to get it away in a hurry. And short of Hauser, and Van Sock didn't have a chance. About 5 McDevitt defensive people were in the backfield, and no chance of completing that pass.
Yeah, that was just tremendous job by the pass rush of the Crusaders that time. They were on their white horses, and they were on the move, and Carter Van Sock didn't have a chance to do anything.
So Becker, who just had an 85-yard kickoff return, is back deep at his own 29-yard line, and Eddie Ocker will kick it away. And there's a high kick, nice kick. Becker lets it go past him, and it's a Shippensburg bounce inside the 20, close to the 15-yard line. It's still rolling. And McDevitt will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line, down by Alex Sharrow. So McDevitt, 8:16 remaining here in the 3rd. It's a 28-7 lead. Chase Deal leads his team onto the field. And with Khalik Davis is the running back from the gun is Deal. And Davis over the left side. And Davis is caught after about a 4-yard gain up to about the 20-yard line. Ori Kramer on the stop. So we'll give him 5. It's 2nd down and 5. Well, make up your mind. He moved it. Now it's 5. 2nd down and 5. So Davis, that's a bad run for him. He only got 5 yards.
Yeah, maybe one of the shortest tonight.
2nd down, Deal's going to throw. Has plenty of time now, being flushed out of the pocket. Throws in the middle of the field. It is almost intercepted. That was Alex Sharrow. The ball was overthrown. Incomplete pass. Cordell Cash was the intended receiver. And almost intercepted by Sharrow. It was tipped, incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was another break that Shippensburg needed to be able to pull down that INT. But again, give the Shippensburg secondary credit.
3rd down and 5. Something that McDevitt has had no trouble converting is 3rd down. So let's see what they do on 3rd down and short. Back to pass is Deal. Throws it to the center of the field. It's behind Nazir Burnett. Incomplete pass. So Shippensburg holds. Austin Kozer on the defense, and they'll get the ball back.
Yep, threw that one behind Burnett that time. Burnett tried to catch it, but could not hang on, and a rare punting opportunity in this ball game, as it's been all year for Bishop McDevitt.
And this is the backup punter, Fei Seo. Thank you. High snap, and the ball's on the ground, and Shippensburg has it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. A high snap, and the backup punter couldn't control it. And Shippensburg has it. Where are they going to mark that? The 2-yard line?
Well, they haven't put the ball down yet. They're exchanging footballs, and when they do, but a special teams mistake here, and Shippensburg's got the football 1st and goal at the 3.
Feisheo Oluleye.
Very good.
I hope he doesn't play anymore tonight.
We were told he wasn't going to play.
First and goal, it looks like about the 2. Hauser in motion. This is Hauser, and Hauser's going to sprint into the end zone. Adam Hauser called a 3-yard touchdown run, and it's 28-13.
Well, another mistake by the Crusaders here in this second half. And the Hounds have been able to capitalize twice here in the third quarter and put 13 points on the board so far. Trying to make this a football game.
Hauser in motion. They've done a lot this year, and he took the toss, and he was wide open, and he sprints into the far corner of the end zone. Shetter high snap, and now Van Saag's going to have to try to throw for it. He throws down the other side, and it's going to be caught.
Kane Freidinger,
Kane
Rob.
Freidinger. As a bad snap, Van Saag found Freidinger for the 2-point conversion, 28-15. Shippensburg back in the game.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is.
Well, the Greyhounds took advantage of the bad snap on the punt, and then nice heads-up play by the holder, Carter Van Saag, as he found Freidinger into the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion after a bad snap themselves. 28-15, Scott.
Eerily. Think back to a year ago. It was 28-14.
Eddie Ocker is going to kick it off now. Burnett and Becker standing at their own 25-yard line. It's a ever-under-end kick, and this is Becker. Becker, the 20, 25. Becker looking for some opening, and he's going to get knocked down short of the 30-yard line. Good coverage that time by the Shippensburg kickoff team. Jacob Loy brings him down. Anytime you can stop Burnett for a 3 or 4 yard gain, that's definitely a moral victory. So now, big defensive series coming up for the Greyhounds as the offense has cut it to a 13-point lead. First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Becker split to the far side. Deal. Davis. Davis is going to get drugged down after a short gain up over the 30-yard line. Eddie Ocker brings him down. It'll be a gain of 2, second down and 8.
Well, you can just start to feel a little bit of the momentum changing in this quarter, Rob. Shippensburg being able to take advantage of 2 mistakes by the Crusaders. And I'm telling you, last year in this same position, the Shippensburg fans were going home.
That's true. And this is Davis, cuts it back. Davis fights forward close to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down and about 3. Eddie Ocker, another stop. And Eddie Ocker's scored a touchdown on offense and several tackles on defense. Ball back at the 34-yard line, so it's going to be third down and 3.
Well, a team that's given up a whole bunch of offensive yardage in the first half of play, Rob, almost 400 yards, is just sticking around.
So big play here for the Greyhound defense on third down. And this is Davis, and Davis is going to be close to the first down. I think, oh boy, I'm not sure. Yep, they're going to move the chains. Gabriel Long with the stop. Boy, that was awful close to being a fourth down.
Yeah, he just inches past that first down marker to pick up the first down.
39-yard line, 5:38 remaining here in the third. Chase Deal breaks the huddle. Davis standing beside him again. And Davis will get it. And Davis goes nowhere. He's going to lose some yardage. Cade Freidinger in on the stop. Trevor O'Donnell gain or a loss of 3. It's 2nd down and 13 and an official's timeout. And another injured Crusader player.
And all of a sudden, the Shippensburg defense has stepped it up here on this series against Davis and the Crusaders. Davis picking up only small chunks of yardage, 3 carries to move the chains the first time, and now they've stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying that same play, and it just worked and worked and worked, mainly over the left side of the Crusader line. But as Scott mentioned, Shippensburg playing a lot better here in the 3rd quarter. Clock resumes. It is 2nd down and 13 at the 36-yard line. Deal. Back to pass. Deal has plenty of time, throws down the middle of the field. It is caught by Becker. Becker first down. He's still on his feet. Breaks a couple tackles. 35-yard line still going before Adam Hauser drags him down. A late flag comes down, and the Shippensburg team thinks it's on McDevitt. But another nice catch after the run, or run after the catch by Becker inside the Shippensburg 29-yard line.
Well, that's going to be a block against the Crusaders, but it's going to be a first down, and then it's going to be walked off against them. What another nice run by Becker after the catch. Personal foul against the Crusaders, called by a couple of the officials as two of them threw the flag. So that's going to be walked off from the 35-yard line, and it's going to come back to midfield.
First down for Bishop McDevitt inside Shippensburg territory at the 49-yard line. But another big penalty against the Crusaders.
They've had a lot tonight.
If they've done anything wrong, that's it.
Well, no, but that's one of the big things they've done wrong.
First and 10. And this is Davis. Davis breaks into the secondary. 40. 30, fumbles the ball again, and it's into Gabriel Long's hands. Another turnover, and Long is tripped up at the 27-yard line. Another turnover by McDevitt, and Shippensburg has the ball back.
But Davis was through there. 5, 10, 15, almost 20-yard gain, and then he coughed it.
Wow. 3rd time that he's coughed the football up tonight. And another turnover, and let's see what Shippensburg can do with this one with 4:23 left to go in the quarter.
So Gabriel Long just grabbed the ball out of the air.
Yeah.
And Greyhounds have it at the 28-yard line.
And they're hanging around. They've really had a great 3rd quarter offensively. And the Crusaders have almost self-destructed here in this 3rd quarter.
From the gun. In motion. And this is Eddie Ocker. Eddie Ocker breaks into the secondary. First down and more, all the way up to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. This was Justin Piper making the stop, but Eddie Ocker making the most of his time on the field offensively. Another good run. First down.
Great blocking by the Shippensburg offensive line. They had a super hole off of left guard, which allowed Ocker to pick up that first down.
From the 46, in motion, Hauser, and he is in trouble. Now he breaks away, and Adam Hauser is going to get a couple yards out of that. Boy, I thought he was going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Melendez finally drags him down, but nice running by Adam Hauser. He gets 3.
Yeah, instead of a 3-yard loss, he picked up 3. So that was a 6-yard gain on that play.
Nice play by Adam Hauser, the junior running back. 49-yard line, 2nd down and 7. And from the gun is Carter Van Syok. Hauser in motion. They're going to give the ball to, I believe that is Connor. And that goes for a couple of yards. Venios on the stop.
That was called on the carry,
Was
Rob.
it called? I'm sorry. So 3rd down and 3 is again with Torres not playing. They're using all kinds of different running backs, Cobb, Sharrow, and Eddie Ocker. So a big 3rd down for the Greyhounds. 3rd and 3. In motion, Hauser. Hauser's going to get the ball, looking for some blocking. It's going to be a 1st down and more. Around the 40-yard line, he's knocked out of bounds by James Lawson. But that'll move the chains, and Shippensburg in business inside McDevitt territory.
Oh, he got some nice blocking up the far edge, Rob, and just used that speed to turn the corner and pick up that 1st down for the Hounds.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line.
Hounds trying to take advantage of another Crusader turnover here in this 3rd quarter.
From the gun. And this is Eddie Ocker. Eddie Ocker is going to get some room on the outside, and he fights forward for about 4 to the 35-yard line. This was Melendez again, but how about this Eddie Ocker, Scott?
Wow, I mean, with Torres out of commission for whatever reason here in most of this ball game, Eddie Ocker has really stepped it up for the Greyhounds.
I mentioned coming into this game, 6 carries for 12 yards. 2nd down and 6. Hauser takes the handoff to him, and this time is Cobb, and Cobb is brought down for the loss. It's tackled by Carter Christopher, the big guy. All of a sudden, it's a 3rd down and 8. That play went nowhere.
Yeah, tried to counter inside after faking the handoff to Hauser. And I don't think Cobb has the legs like a Philip Torres to be able to make that conversion.
Not against a 285-pound defensive player. 3rd down and 8. Hauser in motion, back to pass. He's being pressured, throws down the middle of field, and it is almost caught by Gustafson, knocked away by a McDevitt defensive player. Jordan on the coverage, and Aaron Geathers. Geathers, nice play. It's 4th down, and Shippensburg will punt it away.
Well, he threw that into 3-man coverage, and it could have been Kane Freidinger or Gustafson to make the catch. But the drive stalls at the 37, 38-yard line of the Crusaders.
Well, Van Syak was under pressure, too, and he threw off his back foot and didn't get a lot of zip on that ball. So Eddie Ocker with the punt. Fair catch, and the ball is going to be into the end zone. Or Yep, they're going to call nice hustle back there. I believe that was Josh Connor. He was trying to down it, but it goes into the end zone for the touchback.
1:38 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Hounds have taken advantage of a lot of Crusaders' mistakes, and they have taken this to within 2 scores. And it just eerily looks a little familiar to me.
Lot of time left. Shippensburg really doing a good job tonight.
It's a key possession, I think, defensively for the Hounds, Rob. Stay in this ball game.
Reyes Diggs, he'll get the handoff, and Reyes Diggs fights forward for maybe 2 or 3 yards. 2nd down and 8, Eddie Ocker, and Thomas Scheel on the stop. So again, Shippensburg stopping the run on 1st down. Deal after every play goes over to the sideline and gets the call from one of the coaches, and he runs back out onto the field. We have a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Deal back to pass on 2nd down. Has plenty of time. Now throws downfield, and coming back to it, I believe that's Becker, and Becker with a 1st down, and Becker did a nice job. He was way down the field, and he came back and got open, and Deal found him for the 1st down.
Yeah, he was down to the 50-yard line and had to scramble back underneath to be able to pick that up, and it did a nice job. It allowed the Crusaders to move the chains and pick up the 1st down.
Clock moving, 44 seconds. So Shippensburg had some decent field position, but couldn't convert. Now they got to stop this McDevitt offense. And a fumble, and let's see. I believe Ray's Diggs gets his own ball back, and he does at the bottom of the pile. That could have been disastrous for McDevitt, and he's going to come to the sideline. They're going to get a yard out of that, 2nd down and 9.
Boy, they've had a tough time hanging on to the football tonight.
Wow. It's going to be the end of the third quarter. We played 3 from Bishop McDevitt, 28-15 Crusaders.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover Shippensburg's local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle: the print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com, the Shippensburg News Chronicle.
Well, quarter number 4. And Scott Smith, play-by-play. Go ahead, Cuz.
Okay, 28-15 with 12 minutes left to go in this quarterfinal game. As Shippensburg took advantage of some Crusader mistakes in the third quarter and have made it a football game. It'll be 2nd down for the Crusaders at their own 36-yard line. Deal has Davis in the backfield. He wants to throw. Looking, steps and throws up the far sideline, and the catch is made by Burnett at midfield. Burnett at the 40, and he is forced out of bounds at about the 38-yard line by Alex Sharrow of Shippensburg, but move the chains one more time. As all the time in the world for Chase Deal to be able to find Burnett wide open up the far side and pick up that first down.
Yeah, nice hands. They caught that, and nice run after the catch. Not much Shippensburg defense can do there.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their 38-yard line. They'll have the ball 20 yards in from the near side. The wind's at their back as they move right to left here at Ortenzo Stadium. Deal again from the gun. Hands off to Davis. Davis straight ahead, 35-30, spins down to the 28-yard line. Goes the running back for the Crusaders. James Monahan on the tackle. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. As they say, his knee went down at the 29, so it'll be a 9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, Shippensburg did a lot better job in the third quarter stopping him, but that time a nice run, a nice 9-yard gain.
Burnett goes wide to the far side. They send 2 wide receivers to the near where there's running room. And Davis again gets the call. Davis waits for running room. He'll move the chains as it gets down to the 20-yard line of the Greyhounds. Eddie Ocker tackling from behind. But it's 1st and 10 Crusaders at the 20 of Shippensburg.
Davis, you watch him, Scott, he just waits a little bit, and then he finds an opening, kind of like Bell from the Steelers. He kind of hesitates a little bit before he hits the hole, and boy, once he hits the hole, he puts on a burst of speed. So nice little runner is this Davis kid.
Crusaders moving right to left. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Again, Davis behind Deal. He gets the call. Has an opening inside the 15. Slices downtown close to the 12-yard line goes the Crusader running back. Picking up 8 yards on the carry before Austin Kozier makes the tackle. Just a nice big hole up the right side for Davis.
Yeah, just the same thing. I mean, just a great run. He picked his hole. He waited for some blocking, and boom, 8 yards.
Change of quarter and a complete change of football team here by the Crusaders as they're on the move. 2nd down and 2 at the 12. Deal from the gun. Gives the ball to Davis. Davis waits for an opening, and he has the first down at the 9-yard line of Shippensburg. Gabriel Long making the tackle, but it's 1st and goal, Bishop McDevitt.
There you see the patience, James.
But the patience that he demonstrated behind the line of
unbelievable.
scrimmage, waiting for the blocking scheme to kick in, and then just burst straight through.
Gabriel Long has really, really played well tonight, too, Scott, for Shippensburg in defense, a senior linebacker.
Becker comes to the near side, running room to that side of the formation. I formation. This is Davis. Davis at the 5, twists and turns and is pulled down at about the 1-yard line by Kane Freidinger for Shippensburg, and it'll be 2nd and goal at the 1 for the Crusaders.
Well, just hand the ball and let him run. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they just whenever they're on all cylinders, they're just impossible to stop. They just, whether they're throwing the ball, running the ball.
Again, I formation. Davis dots the I, and Davis gets the call, and he's in for the touchdown. 1-yard run by Khalik Davis, and puts 6 more points on the board for the Crusaders.
Well, more of the same. You only needed a yard, and that's what he got. And that was all Mr. Davis there, Khalik Davis, and another big score for McDevitt.
8:54 left to go in the game as Fauner's in to attempt the PAT. And we've got some movement in the neutral zone that's going to be offside Shippensburg.
Now they're going to go for 2.
Now they'll go for 2.
Well, Shippensburg got a 2-point conversion in the third quarter, so they're going to try to.
So Fauner comes out of the game, and the ball being placed at the 1.5-yard line.
So Davis, it's the first running touchdown for McDevitt today.
Is it me or is this booth moving?
I hope it's just you.
Full house backfield. Deal under center. Hands the football off to
Donnelly, I believe.
Donnelly. Dre Donnelly is in for the 2-point conversion. 8:54 left to go in the game. It's Bishop McDevitt 36, Shippensburg 15.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
10 plays and 80 yards for the Crusaders score, capped off by the 2-point conversion. (36-15). Shero and Melendez await the Fauner kick. And Fauner kicks it to the near side. Melendez takes it at the 12. He's out at the 15-20. Steps aside a blocker, 25-30. 35 and forced out of bounds at the 36-37 line up the near side. Forced out by Ben Marsico. And so Shippensburg gets some really decent field position to start this drive with 8:46 left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Melendez, only a sophomore for Coach Faust, and he's done a pretty good job this year. Not playing a lot, but you see him on the field a lot more here in the last 3 or 4 games.
Trips to the far side for the Hounds. Hauser comes to the near side. Ball 20 yards in from the near side as the Hounds move left to right. Van Syok back to pass, rolls to the far sideline, looking, and we got a whistle before the play and a penalty marker.
Looks like it's going to be on the Greyhounds. Adam Hauser's pleading his case.
No illegal procedure against Shippensburg. 1st and 15 as the ball is walked back to the 32. Couple of ticks off the clock. 8:42 now left to go in the game. Crusaders 36, Shippensburg 15. Hauser again to the near side and trips to the far side. Cobb is the lone setback. Van Syok from the gun with the takeaway. Back to pass, looking for steps and throws to the far side, looking for Kane Freidinger at about the 40-yard line, covered by Julian Jordan. Pass is incomplete, and it's second down and 15.
Getting a little bit high. Freidinger had a little bit of an opening there, but a little too high to catch.
Hounds break the huddle. Send trips again to the far side and Hauser to the near side. Philip Torres remains on the bench for the Hounds. Cobb, the lone setback. Van Syok wants to throw, scrambles and throws it up the far sideline, and a penalty marker flies as the ball is past the outstretched hand of Kane Freidinger out at about the 41 or 42. Let's see what this penalty marker's about.
It's Julian Jordan on the coverage.
They've thrown a lot of flags against the Crusaders tonight, and let's see what this one is about. Well, we've got defensive pass interference, and that should give Shippensburg a first down.
Yeah, I didn't see. It was on the far side of the field, and I didn't really see any kind of a penalty, but we'll take it.
The walk-off goes out to the 47, which will move the chains. Shippensburg gets a life here with 8:29 now left to go, trailing 36-15. 3 scores in front of the Greyhounds here. 3 trips to the far side. Hauser to the near. From the gun. Again, back to pass as Van Syok. He steps up into the pocket, throws, and completes it to Nick Gustafson, who's going to get the first down. He fights for a couple of yards after the catch and moves the chains at the 41-yard line. Aaron Geathers finally pulled him to the ground, but a nice effort by Nick Gustafson after the catch to pick up that first down.
And Van Syok was running for his life back there, and he got out of some trouble and found Gustafson for the first down.
It's a 17-yard pickup for the Greyhound offense. Hauser comes to the near side, and that's where the running room is. There's trips to the far side. Cobb, the lone setback from the gun. Van Syok on a draw play to Cobb, and he'll lose a couple of yards back to about the 43-yard line. Justin Piper made a nice stop by the Crusaders. Second down and 12 now back at the 43.
I like to play a draw play on first down, try to catch the defense off guard, but they were waiting for it.
Running room to the near side, and that's where Hauser deploys. Trips again to the far side, a double slot. Van Syok again from the gun. Gonna throw. Straight back to pass. Looks, steps, throws, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cobb out of the backfield at about the 36-yard line, but Justin Piper knocked it away. And so it'll be third down and 12 now for the Hounds.
And they just keep bringing pressure, defensive pressure, trying to get to Carter Van Syok, and once again they had to hurry that throw.
It's amazing how quick those big boys are up front, Rob. Clock stops 7:14 now left to go in the game. This time Hauser will go to the short side of the field, which is the far side. Trips to the near side. Cobb again the lone setback. They've got some man-on-man coverage here. Carter, 3-step drop, steps and throws, and Hauser makes an over-the-shoulder catch for the first down up the far sideline at the 30-yard line. What a super catch by Adam Hauser to move those chains one more time for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, unbelievable throw, unbelievable catch. Just enough for the first down. Wow. Threw it to the outside, and where only he could catch it, and he caught it.
3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field as the Hounds move left to right. Van Syok steps and throws, and Nick Gustafson cannot hang on at the 21-yard line. Coverage by Dre Donnelly, who picked Gustafson up just at the time the ball got there, and Nick Gustafson could not hang on. Second down and 10.
Yeah, he had his hands on it, but nice play by Donnelly to knock it away.
36-15, 7-minute mark of the football game. Call to the far side of Van Syok from the gun. Back to pass. He looks up the near sideline looking for Freidinger, and Freidinger cannot hang on as he steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Nice coverage in there by Justin Piper.
Nice coverage again by Julian Jordan, step for step.
3rd down and 10 for Shippensburg. Boy, that was a well-thrown pass by Van Syok. That'd have been a tough catch, though, by Freidinger.
Nice coverage by the McDevitt defense.
Referee up the near sideline. We're getting the new football?
Getting a new football.
Yeah, we're getting the new football here.
The unfrozen one.
6:56 left to go in the game. 36-15. Hounds on the move here with a 3rd down and 10, though, from the McDevitt 30-yard line. Carter with the takeaway. Steps, throws, and it's short and incomplete at the 25-yard line, looking for Gustafson. James Lawson on the coverage, so it's 4th down for the Hounds.
Once again, Van Syok had to hurry that throw as he was being pressured. And obviously now down by the 21 points. They're going to have to go for it here on 4th down.
Freidinger was going to stop, or Freidinger thought he was supposed to run a go route. I think that's where he was going with the football.
Ball 20 yards in from the far side. Trips come to the near. Hauser wide to the far. Gustafson looks over the defense. Van Syok with a takeaway. Steps and throws, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage and knocked short of the intended receiver, which was Nick Gustafson, and the ball is going to go over on downs at the 30-yard line back to the Crusaders.
Well, in the same drill, Scott, they brought a lot of pressure in. I couldn't see who knocked the ball down, but they are rushing 6 or 7 defensive players, it seems like, and Van Syok has no chance for the completion.
So 21-point lead for the Crusaders as they get the ball back at their 30-yard line. Don't want to turn it over deep into their own territory here. Just hang on to the football and go into the semifinal round next week. From the I formation behind Deal. This is Reese Diggs. And he goes off the far side for a couple of yards. And we got a penalty flag on the play. Let's see what this is about. Referee signaling unsportsmanlike conduct against the Crusaders. Wow.
And they get penalized. It's a 15-yard variety too. They don't fool around.
Ball is walked back to the 15-yard line. So it's 2nd down now and 25, and had to have been a call after the play.
Might have been on Lawson. Or, I'm sorry, Becker.
Davis back in the game. He dots the I as Deals under center. And this is Davis. Patience as he finds the opening out across the 20 and out to the 22-yard line. Gabriel Long makes the tackle after a 6-yard pickup. Let's call it 3rd down now and about 19. Both teams with 3 timeouts. And the Crusaders will just watch that play clock tick down to 10 seconds. From the gun this time. Deal wants to throw. Looking long down the far sideline. He's got his man, and it's complete at the 40-yard line. Burnett with the catch at the 40 of Shippensburg. 1st and 10. Austin Kosher on the catch. But my gosh, what a throw and what a catch by Nazir Burnett down at the 36-yard line of Shippensburg.
He threw that ball about 40 yards in the air, and it was a strike, a bullet to the wide receiver. Very impressed by this quarterback.
And just a junior.
42 yards, I believe, on that one, James.
That's about a 40-yard pass play, Rob.
And Chase Steele now over 400 yards.
Trips to the near side. Running room to the near side as they move right to left. Deal with the takeaway. This is Donnelly. Donnelly trying the right side. Gets loose down to about the 30-yard line. Austin Kosher again with the stop. But that's going to pick up 6 yards on a nice Donnelly run, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Donnelly playing the fullback position. He's a junior, 6 feet 215. A nice run there, and he's played well on defense also.
And they actually say he went down at the 31, so we'll give him a 5-yard pickup. Call it 2nd down and just 5. 4:49. Play clock down to just 16 seconds. They're going to let that one tick down a few more ticks. From the eye. Donnelly the tailback this time, and he gets the call one more time, and he slices off a right guard. Donnelly's got a 1st down inside the 20, on his feet inside the 15, and out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Alex Sherrow forcing him out up the far side, but it's another 1st down for the Crusaders.
Well, Donnelly just put his head down trying to get a couple yards for 1st down, and he broke some tackles and raced down to the corner and almost scored. Knocked out of bounds, but if he wouldn't have been knocked out of bounds, he might have scored.
And Shippensburg's going to take a timeout. 4:26 left to go in the game. It's the Crusaders 36 and the Greyhounds 15.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Well, 40-yard pass play by the Crusaders on this drive, and then a couple of nice runs. Give them a 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 13-yard line with 4:26 left to play in the ball game.
And the Greyhounds had McDevitt way back in their own territory thanks to that one penalty, but boy, that long pass, and now McDevitt trying to score again.
Donnelly in the backfield gets the call again. Donnelly puts his head down and moves the pile down inside the 5, down to the 9-yard line. Ori Kramer coming up to make the tackle. He'll pick up about 3 on the carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. And we're approaching the 4-minute mark of this football game with a 21-point lead by the Crusaders, looking to put 6 more on the board here. Pretty much assure themselves step number 2 into the District 3 playoffs. I formation. This is Donnelly again, waiting for a block, and he cannot step out of the ankle tackle of a Greyhound at the 8-yard line. That was Eddie Ocker holding on to the ankle of Donnelly. So he'll pick up a yard, and we'll call it 3rd down and a long 6. 3:25 left to go in the game.
Donnelly, a hard kid to bring down. He was fights and fights and fights.
Deal comes back into the huddle. 12 seconds left on the play clock. 3:08 left to go on the game clock. From the eye again. This is Donnelly one more time. Slides off a right tackle. Slides across the 5 and gets down close to 1st down yardage, close to the 3-yard line. Nicholas Welts making the tackle. Let's see where he went down, where they placed the football down. They place it down at the 4, so it's going to be a yard shy. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Now the clock down to 2:37. Devitt going to take their good old time here. It's going to be the dagger here, my friend.
Deal under center. 4th down and 1 at the 4. This is Donnelly, puts his head down, and he's going to pick up the first down. First and goal for the Crusaders at the Shippensburg 2-yard line. James Monahan made the stop. But a great push off the ball by that huge offensive line for the Crusaders. It gives the Bishop McDevitt team a first and goal at the 1-yard line of Shippensburg.
You got to give that offensive line a lot of credit tonight. They just open up holes and protecting Deal, allowing him a lot of time.
Full house backfield behind Deal. Donnelly again. Donnelly steps to the outside after looking to the inside for the TD.
Well, Donnelly just he ran about every time, didn't he?
Yeah, was Donnelly's possession.
He was determined to get into the end zone, and he did.
Fauner in to attempt the point after. To try to put the 43rd point on the board for the Crusaders. And that pretty much puts the icing on the cake for Bishop McDevitt here. Ball is down. Fauner's kick is up. Fauner's kick is good. 1:49 left to go. It is Bishop McDevitt 43, Shippensburg 15.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
10 plays and 70 yards for the Crusaders, making it 43-15. The Hounds will get the ball back. Melendez back there along with Sherrow, waiting for Fauner's kickoff. As there's 1 minute and 49 seconds left in the football season for the Greyhounds.
So McDevitt will play the winner of the Northern Lebanon Lampeter Stroudsburg winner.
Fauner waiting to tee up the football at the 40-yard line. Shippensburg had it to 13 points at one time in the third quarter. But the Crusaders truly the superior football team here tonight. There's a squib kick that's going to go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And so the Hounds will get possession with 1 minute and 49 seconds left to go in the season for the Shippensburg squad. Well, as we've mentioned so many times, Rob, this year, Shippensburg had great expectations in preseason. Didn't live up to all of those expectations, but they're a young team, even though I think they're going to graduate 13 off of this team. They still have a lot of kids that'll be back next year, and I think they'll be in contention once again in the mid-pen.
You know, the score is going to say they got beat pretty bad, but I'll tell you what, they have no reason to hold their heads low because they did well.
Yeah, and they played really hard tonight. Van Syok back to pass, throws up the far sidelines, and he throws it over the head of the intended receiver. That was Nick Gustafson at about the 40-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Van Syk's been throwing off his back foot all night long. You know, they're up by all these points, and they're still bringing pressure, which you need to do. Van Syk has not had a lot of time to set and throw the ball tonight.
Well, we knew that the Crusaders were going to play hard here tonight, considering the fact that the Shippensburg did what they did to them last year in the second round of the playoffs. 2nd down and 10, trips to the far side. Again from the gun. Van Syok wants to throw, steps and throws up the far sideline. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. It's caught by Christian Melendez in Crusader territory at the 47-yard line. Melendez pushed off the coverage and came back and caught that football. Yeah. 1st and 10, Shippensburg at the Crusader 47.
That was a nice push off and right in front of the official. But I guess he wants to go home. He's not going to throw the flag.
Hauser goes wide to the far side. Cobb is the lone setback to the far side of Van Syhock. Back to throw. Steps, and it's in and out of the hands of Nick Gustafson at the 44-yard line. Coverage by Ben Marsico. 2nd and 10.
That was a good throw.
It really was.
Van Syhock hit Gustafson right in the numbers, but he couldn't hold on.
1:08 left to go. Shippensburg with all 3 timeouts. 43-15. Crusaders, the superior team tonight. They made a lot of mistakes, but they were the better football team. Low snap. Carter Van Syhock picks it up. Now he's going to scramble, steps and throws underneath, and completes it to Hauser at the 40. Hauser looking for blockers 35. Comes to the near sideline and is tackled at the 31-yard line by Aaron Gethers. But that's going to move the chains one more time. What a presence by Carter Van Syhock to pick that snap off the ground, stepped up into the pocket, and then found Hauser underneath for the first down.
And then Hauser did his part by making a nice run after the catch.
1st and 10 for Shippensburg at the Crusader 30. Ball 20 yards in from the near side. 36 seconds left to go. Van Syhock steps and throws up the far sideline. He's got a man open. Touchdown, Shippensburg. I believe that was Christian Melendez who got a couple of steps inside the defender. Made a nice basket catch for the score.
Yeah, that was a little low, and Melendez just went down and got it, but it's still a great throw by Van Syhock.
30-yard touchdown pass from Carter Van Syhock to Christian Melendez. And the Hounds have 21 points on the board with 27 seconds left. Shedder out of a Van Syhock hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. 27 seconds left. It's the Crusaders 43 and the Hounds 22.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
5 plays and 65 yards, and the Hounds put 7 more on the board. 27 seconds left to go in their football season.
I believe J.D. said that they're the first 2 receptions of the year for Melendez. Nice for him to get a touchdown.
So Eddie Ocker will tee the ball up at the Shippensburg 40.
A little onside kick here. Why not?
Why not? They've got 9 guys up close to the Crusaders. Ocker puts the ball on the tee. And everybody now comes to within about 20 yards of the football. It's fought for at the 47-yard line, and the Hounds have recovered. Is this eerily familiar, huh? Who's come up with that football for Shippensburg? That was Nicholas Welts for the Hounds as the Hounds recover the onside kick at the 48-yard line of the Crusaders.
That is just unbelievable. That's good for them. I'd like to see him score again, too.
So here come the Hounds with the ball 20 yards in from the far side at the Crusader 48-yard line. Crusaders don't have all of their 11 men on the field. Now they do. Van Syhock with a long count with the takeaway. Steps up to elude the pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 45-yard line. Great job in there by Taquan White for the Crusaders. Losses of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 17. Hounds without a huddle. 2 seconds. 1 second. The takeaway. Van Syok with the last play of the season, rolling to the far sideline, trying to elude pressure, steps and throws, completes it to Adam Hauser for a 1st down, but the ball game is over. And the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders have defeated the Shippensburg Greyhounds in the quarterfinals of the Quad A District 3 Championships by a score of 43-22.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street, Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli. Well, partner, what an interesting ball game here tonight as the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders, with a lot of mistakes and a lot of penalties, really the superior football team, won 43-22.
Yeah, and again, we've said it often here. They have nothing to hang their heads up about at all. I know they're going to be disappointed they lost, but they did what they had to do. And look at Van Syok and Coach Fouts hugging at midfield. That's a cool thing to see. But hey, they came in, no expectations. Of course, they thought they were going to win the game. And, boy, they started out well, but McDevitt just too tough. You kept saying to Scott, I mean, they're just too good. I mean, the talent level is just so much more than what Shippensburg has, but you cannot – you have to have nothing but admiration and for their heart tonight, the Greyhounds' heart, as they just played as hard as they could.
Yeah, they really did. But this Bishop McDevitt bunch is going to run up against a pretty – if they can make it through the semifinal round, that Berks Catholic bunch is pretty good too. But my gosh, the offensive weapons, Chase Deal and his running backs and his wide receivers and the speed. But the size up front on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball just made it really, really tough on Carter Van Syok tonight to really get anything going. Shippensburg tried to take advantage of a few mistakes in the third quarter to crawl back into this ball game and get it to within 13 points. But then the Crusaders just pulled away in a great fourth quarter performance to move them into the semifinal round next Friday.
Yeah, they just coaching staff just told their defenders they were blitzing every play. 5 or 6 or 7 kids were coming in, and it just made it next to impossible for Carter to make a completions. But again, great game. It was a fun game to call.
Our post-game report tonight is brought to you by the McCune Lumber Company of Shippensburg. The McCune Lumber Company of Shippensburg is providing exceptional service at competitive prices for over 60 years. Family-owned since 1954, they are proud to have served and supported the Shippensburg and surrounding communities with brands you know and trust. Top quality products offered by Weyerhaeuser, Owens Corning, Timberdeck, Pittsburgh Paints, and many more. From start to finish, McCune Lumber Company has the building materials you need to complete any job, small or large. Stop by the next time you need anything for your next product. McCune Lumber Company, West Bird Street in Shippensburg. It's an interesting ball game with a 43-22 final score, but as you mentioned, Rob, Shippensburg just really played their hearts out here tonight.
Yeah, they did.
I think they did.
They did. I think JD's ready.
Okay. We'll pass the headset on to JD. Before we get to the stats, JD, your thoughts about this Greyhound squad here tonight?
Well, if they learned anything from last year's team, you never give up, never quit. They hung in there. They kept on, trying to find a way to get back in the game. They hung in there for the longest time and so forth. And, good showing. Bishop McDevitt's probably not going to look forward to playing us anytime soon. I hope maybe to avoid us the next couple of years if we make the playoffs and so forth, because they've been two great ball games.
Yeah, they really were two back-to-back good ball games against CD East. And tonight, Shippensburg tried heartily coming out in the third quarter to take advantage of some Crusader mistakes, but just not enough of weapons against this squad here tonight.
That was one of my keys early in the game, is which team would be able to hold on to the football tonight. Bishop McDevitt had a hard time doing that. Shippensburg capitalized on a couple of them, but they didn't capitalize on all of them, and if they could have capitalized on all of it, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But, that's where Bishop McDevitt's defensive speed was able to keep us in check and so forth.
Chamberlain Pest Control, final stats.
Okay, for the Greyhounds, 25 rushes, 79 yards. Hauser, 9 for 37. Ocker, 5 for 37. Carter Van Syek in his last high school football game, 12 for 32, 1 interception, but for 240 yards. Hauser, 7 catches for 137 yards to lead the Greyhounds. The Greyhounds with 216 yards of total offense. For Bishop McDevitt, 45 for 247 on the ground. Davis, 26 for 217 to lead the Crusaders. Deal, 14 for 22 for 424 yards of offense for the passing for the Crusaders. The Crusaders with 671 yards of total offense in the football game.
Wow, that's just unbelievable. 671 yards.
And Shippensburg was still in the football game.
And they really were. They really were until the midway through the fourth quarter.
Yes,
no doubt about it.
That's when Bishop, Shippensburg had that opportunity. They got to the 30, didn't score, and McDevitt went and got that last score in that 70-yard drive and so forth to put it away. But Shippensburg answered right back with a touchdown.
Yep, they did.
You can't. They didn't quit, and that's one good thing.
Yeah, that's one key to tonight's game, which they weren't able to do earlier in the season. They didn't give up tonight at all.
They found something tonight that they needed earlier in the season that would have helped them in the Northern game, would have helped them in the West Perry game, and probably would have helped them in the Waynesboro game.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. Again, JD, so much thanks for all your help over the last 6 years. You really added a lot to the broadcast. We thank you so much. We'll take this commercial break, and we'll have some final thoughts as we conclude the football season here on SE Sportsnet. But the McCune Lumber Company of Shippensburg has been providing exceptional service at competitive prices for over 6 years. Family-owned since 1954, they are proud to have served and supported Shippensburg and the surrounding communities with brands you know and trust. Top quality products offered by Weyerhaeuser, Owens Corning, Timberdeck, Pittsburgh Paints, and many more. From start to finish, McCune Lumber Company has the building materials you need to complete any job, small or large. Stop by the next time you need anything for your next project. McCune Lumber Company, West Bird Street in Shippensburg. We thank the McCune Lumber Company, sponsor tonight of our post-game report. So that's it. Final score here tonight from Hortensio Stadium. It was the Crusaders 43 and the Greyhounds 22. As we say goodbye for SE Sportsnet, coverage of Shippensburg High School football is an exclusive and copyrighted feature of SE Sportsnet in the Shippensburg High School Athletic Department. Cousin Rob, it has been a pleasure. Enjoyed every minute of it. We'll have some basketball games for you down the line, but it is our final SE Sportsnet football coverage. Final words?
No, it's emotional, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and enjoyed every minute of it. A lot of great games. Shippensburg the last couple years, unbelievable, and it's been fun. And I'm looking forward to doing some basketball games too. So look at SE Sportsnet, and we'll have a list whenever that comes available. And, Scott, it's been a pleasure.
It certainly has, my man. I've appreciated every minute of it and wouldn't have done it, as I said last week, would not have wanted to do it with anyone else. So we say so long for us on SE Sportsnet with our final score tonight, Bishop McDevitt 43 and Shippensburg 22.